Uh-oh, my internet's kind of pooping. Whoa! Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. It's Wednesday. Oh, excuse me. Welcome to tonight's stream. We're doing Draft League Week 7. And then probably some Super Smash Bros. Melee, unlocking all the characters and stages, continued. We made good progress. We got, like, I'd say, like, a good chunk of the unlockable characters. I haven't really been doing that great on stages, but the stages are a lot more of a fucking pain in the ass. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll make it through. We'll fucking make it through. If you believe. Just like you should believe in my performance in the MFL. Because I did good this week. But we're still not quite at we're so back territory, but we're not at it's over territory either. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. I saw the new TMNT movie. Really fun. I had a really good time watching it. It was goofy, it was silly, but it was, like, fun. It was fun as fuck, though. I thought it was... I really enjoyed it. Gonna be seeing that on Saturday. Hell yeah. I hope you enjoy it. There's a lot of pop culture references in it. Maybe more than was necessary, but, like, even then, like, it was, like, goofy. Yeah, I got my turtles in time. The movie theater we went to, they were literally, like, showing previews for, like, before the previews for, like, actual movies coming out, they were just showing old, like, TMNT commercials, and there was a Turtles in Time commercial. So that was fun. But yeah, like, really, like, I enjoyed that movie a lot. I think it's quite freaking good. Let me turn the volume of the music. I'm trying to figure out, like, what's the best balance of not being too loud. This is probably good. Not too loud, but not too quiet. But yeah, we got another week of Draft League down. I'm getting my ass on the stage.
Oh,
Sienna, say hi.
Hi. Hi. You completed your turtle trials, and now.
Yeah, I was trained by Master Splinter himself.
Yup.
And he was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm a rat."
Yep.
Love when he said that in the movie.
Yeah. Favorite line.
Leonardo.
Trusting you is my decision. Proving wrong choice. Favorite line.
Favorite line.
Anyways.
Yeah.
It's time for week 7.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of, like, our draft reviews. It's really just week 8, the makeups, and then playoffs.
Yeah, and playoffs might be a couple weeks of worth of streams. I still haven't quite figured out the logistics on that, which I really should book it on that, but it'll be okay. It'll be fine. I'm good at stuff, so don't worry. Yeah, we are within week 7, and this is one of the fucking. There's a lot of fucking blowout matches this week. I'll say it's a lot of very fast-paced games. A lot of like we got our first 6-0 this week, and then a second 6-0 also this week. Like that's the kind of vibe that it is. So it's a very interesting week. If you can pull up the Discord stream, you can. Then I'll see it, and then I'll know all about it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up that shit. My internet is pooping a little bit, so let me see how much I can turn the quality down. You can enjoy a nice 15 FPS. Yeah,
that should be fine. It's spreadsheet and like turn-based gameplay.
Oh, this is the wrong screen.
Oh,
whoops.
I wanted to look at this.
Homer.
I don't know how else I'd look at this stage otherwise. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to look at it so that I could see it.
Sorry.
Nice.
Do you wanna look at my Melee game that I have open because I'm trying to unlock Mewtwo? I've had this running since before I went to the movie theater.
Fire. Fire. Okay.
Alright. Where do we want to start?
Player template here is really shit the bed. No Pokemon, no games.
Yeah. We'll play the battle theme though real quick.
Yeah.
We'll play the battle theme real quick.
But yeah, I think that we can go, like, probably, so, like, we can go probably straight into Belle versus Eve, I think. Let's just start off, because they're both here. Eve said she won't be talking, but, you know, we can ask her in the chat if there's any thoughts she has, and she sent me a billion notes, so should be all good. We can go straight into this gameplay, this game battle.
Can I just keep playing? Can I just keep playing Zombocom? Would people be? Eve, do I have your permission to keep playing Zombocom instead of your theme, or would that be sad? I need your express permission, because if you don't want this bit to happen, I won't do it. Okay.
I think it'd be kind of fire if you played both.
If I could figure out the best way to get the volume, so, like... That could work. Hold on. Let's see. The unattainable is unknown at Zombocom. Welcome to Zombocom. Yeah, I think this bit is good.
Okay.
Okay.
Fucking run it. You're gonna get content ID'd from the fucking Zombocom creator.
Can you get content ID'd for Zombocom? That'd be fucked up.
No, I don't think so.
The fail toxic into the glare is so sad.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Venusaur comes in here and he's scary.
Yeah, although
the seed kind of widened though, but like also the seed doesn't do anything to him in return really. Decently fat gyro ball though on the horn, but also not enough to regen.
Yep, regenerator is the thing.
The bounce, the magic bounce doesn't do anything except it could have kind of done something in the case where the Torn stayed in and clicked Hurricane, I guess. Because then you're not taking the evasion drop. Big knock on the on this spool, but yeah, the mold breaker rocks go up on the hat, and then the gunk shot.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Does a lot.
I forget that this fool has mold breaker.
This fool has 3 really good abilities. Rough Skin, Mold Breaker, and Sheer Force is like a really good 3 abilities to have. Yeah, even mentions it in the chat right there. There's an unfortunate turn here. Belle does click Earthquake on a balloon again.
Poor Belle. You dangle a balloon in her face and she doesn't know how to process it.
The surprise body press on the Folk there is kind of a problem. Doesn't sack the anything, and then fucking Gracie Films comes in here and just kind of walls the Gallade. Oh fuck. Yeah, and like Belle, a lot of this game is just kind of forced on the back foot where tries to trick, but the Venusaur gets switched in.
Yeah, this seems like a game where Eve is juking Belle a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Belle seems pretty afraid to like sack anything for a lot of the game.
Yeah.
And it ends up just a lot of things just keep getting shipped in a way that is not super good. The Steam Eruption does kill. That's fizzed up Swampert, so the Steam Eruption does kill. And then like
Both those go down.
Yeah, the Volk gets sacked. But now, like Spirit Team just comes right back in, and it's just like more and more chip is coming on the Meow, and then it just can't take the sneak into sneak. Jirachi clicks the Z happy hour, but unfortunately, Crossseed's the fucking goat and lives.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Lives the +1 fire punch, takes the burn though. The like brings in the hat for some reason. Sharkblade comes in, but unfortunately it's slower than the Rachi. And the seed comes back in. Grass Knots, and it does jack shit, and then Eve forgets that Grass Knot is a contact move. Eve wanted the burn damage to kill. There, but forgot Grass Knot's contact. The Rachi goes down, but now
it's over.
Fucking the fucking Lizzie has like no health.
Yeah, that was like genuinely like expertly played on Eve's part. That was like some crazy ass switching. Flustering Bell.
Yeah, the fucking Spirit Team put in work. Like Spirit Team combined with, especially just Spirit Team combined with like Volk and Venusaur, kind of really like put Bell in a lot of really awkward positions. And the body press onto the Blissey really hurt.
How the fuck is ZomboCom still playing also? It's still going!
ZomboCom, baby. Bell didn't even need to really use it as fodder. Bell could have switched it into Spirit Tomb at like any time and clicked soft boil.
I had to click
and it would have if Spirit Tomb had a dark move, which it didn't, then it would have been a problem. But like even then, it would have been better to sack the Blissey mid game than to just like not bring it in. But Bell just forgot it. It's pretty tragic, but whatever. But yeah, we can talk about Eve's team first, I guess. Eve is the victor here. And if I'll pull up Eve's notes that she gave me, and if there's any extra stuff that she wants to mention, she can just say it in the chat, or either chat, in this chat or in the in the Twitch chat. Anyways, so yep. Okay.
Yeah, who are we checking out first?
Eve's team. Eve's first. So yeah, Eve basically says, so how do you like get this into a more readable form here? Okay.
The goofy defense EVs I could notice right off the bat. The Eve classic.
You sent me a TXT file. Yeah, so Eve just said, primary idea behind this team was to bypass Bell's otherwise good bulk by exploiting Mold Breaker Jotagon to bypass Magic Bounce, get rocks up safely, making life harder for like all the offensive mons, but especially like Staraptor, Altaria, Delphox were all like weak to rocks. Then just use bulky attackers to like win the 1v1s and just like use them to force things out and like force more rocks chip and like keep the game going, which is basically executed flawlessly. Main save Flood Bell had to punish Druddigon was Mega Altaria. Y Packed Gunk Shot also owned Hat. Rock Slide was for Staraptor and Delphox. Helmet also helped chip down Hat and Meow, as well as making it more reliable against Staraptor. Blair was there because it's a broken move, and almost nothing on Bell's team actually wants to take it except for Blissey, who's not coming in. Okay, that's the Drodagon. Eve likes to talk about these usually in like order of appearance, so I think that's roughly what that's on here. Venusaur was super effective check against Altaria, Meow, Swampert, and Decidueye. Decent progress maker in itself. All these Pokemon struggle to make progress against it and let Venusaur fire off powerful attacks or pivot to another progress maker in return. The only true safe switch in Bell had were passive Pokemon like Ferroseed and Blissey, who I was confident the rest of my team could exploit. Spadef EVs were to help against Nidoqueen and dodge a Specs Delphox Psychic Oko, and the defense was to dodge a Mega Altaria +1 Brave Bird Oko. Horn's main hazard remover because it looked very good in the matchup. Bell's team lacked many things that could safely come in on a Hurricane or selfie-threaten Okos, besides the niche Diancie. I packed Nasty Paw as a fourth move because I thought it would make a good secondary win con in the event Meowscarada stopped being a factor or Blissey had been shipped. Speed was for Adamant Meowscarada just in case. Rest in Bolt because I love bulky regenerator. Volcania was a breaker that can make reliable progress against Bell's team. Thanks to Body Press hitting Blissey and Flash Cannon hitting Altaria. Is there any reason it was Flash Cannon instead of Sludge Wave, Eve? Did Flash Cannon hit something that
for the awesome and the cool? Flash Cannon is a way cooler move than Sludge Wave.
Sludge Wave is kind of a fire move though. That like, have you heard the name Sludge Wave before? Yeah, it's quad. Yeah, it's 4 times on DNC. Yeah, that's fair. And it also isn't like totally blanked by Ferocity. Like it's not Ferocity isn't taking any damage, but it's at least like getting chipped by it, kind of. So like fair enough. Anyways. Yeah. Close-up comes in very easily on Ferocity and acted as a decent check for Delphox. The primary check Bell had for Volcania was Spadef Swampert, so I made an Air Balloon so it would blank a standard Swampert set that didn't pack a rock move, and plus press Steam Eruption on it safely. I wanted speed on it for extra safety on Swampert and Decidueye. I pushed it up to outrun Modest Nidoqueen, but I probably should have pushed it to be Adamant Gallade/Altaria. In the battle, I didn't particularly mind eating a Tox on this because it ended up faster than the majority of Bell's team, so it wouldn't be taking much extra chip, and I already made the progress I needed to make, so any extra damage from that point was a bonus. Spiritomb was on the team because I was terrified of Gallade. Typing let it blank Gallade's main stabs and make it unsafe for it to press those moves, and it took neutral damage from any coverage. Its defense EVs were to live a +2 Life Orb Night Slash from Gallade. Leaf Blade would have cooked me, however, I literally forgot it learned that move. Yeah, it learns every fucking slicing move. Like, they gave it Aqua Cutter, too. Like, it has all those moves.
What the fuck? I didn't know it had Aqua Cutter.
Yeah, they gave it, like, everything. I don't think there's, like, a single, like, slice move that it doesn't learn.
Fucked up.
Other than maybe, I guess any signature. But, you know. It learns like almost all. Yeah, it misses Razor Shell and like of the non-signature moves, it misses like Razor Shell and literally just Razor Shell actually. Oh wait, sorry, it doesn't get Air Cutter. I'm sorry to all the Air Cutter fans.
How could you fucking
It gets Air Slash us? Though. So whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel a little better, but you still betrayed us.
Anyways, fuck. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Leaf Blade could be over. I later figured out learn that move. Spadef EVs were to help against Delphox, who was quite scary. Poltergeist would always Oko both Gallade and Delphox unless heavily defense invested and did a lot of damage to other things. Sneak would also do a very solid amount to either. Outspeeding Hat and hitting it was a nice bonus too, and Infiltrator would mean Substitute didn't do anything to them. Wisp was to ensure that it could make progress on switch-ins like Meow, and Memento was to let it be a one-time pivot to a breaker/wing con if delayed stopped being a factor. Probably should have packed foul play on this to hit C and Star Raptor, but I didn't IDK. Yeah. Yeah. Z-Boosterachi was the primary win con. Between Ironhead, Fire Punch, and Grass Knot, I only had a single reliable stop in Delphox. Delphox was something I spent a lot of effort covering for, and it didn't actually come out in the end. I made it impish at the last second because I realized I was in a very scary position against Star Raptor, and that definitely hurt some of the damage calcs, but it was probably fine. Speed EVs were to outrun timid base 80s, Gallade, Altaria, and Gallade. I threw this in the bin at the end for no reason because I wanted to show that I had Grass Knot for funny reasons. I didn't realize that A, Grass Knot did contact and would take Iron Barb's chip, and B, Ferocity is that guy. I think this team did pretty much everything. I think this team did pretty much everything I expected to effectively. Every member of the team did their job like I was hoping they would, and I think my plays were very clean. And I would agree with that. So yeah. Thanks for dropping the big notes, Steve. It's appreciated.
And my favorite guy is Drodagon. He, like, you know what? Pharisee was that guy, but Drodagon kind of was also that guy, you know? The Stealth Rock into the Hatterene doesn't give a fuck. Smithers don't give a shit. And I think it's... I also do think it's cool as hell that Eve was able to, in, like, multiple matches, figure out, like, how to make all the abilities of Drodagon work. I think that's cool as hell.
Yeah. Got 3 fire, but... but yeah. Let's pull let's pull Bell in here. Talk about this. You're here. Yeah. So like
I just got a request for a future match also. I won't spoil it though.
So I mean, with everything else, with everything that Eve wrote, I mean, I took this team, and I used it. Okay. So the biggest thing, the sort of, maybe not the elephant in the room, but, I could have switched in Blissey a lot of times, and I didn't. That's the big thing. I kept forgetting that I had boots. Items are a thing that I'm still, like, you know, I'm still new to this. I know that I have them. I know that I have the item. But sometimes I just forget that they're there and or what they do. Choice items definitely did factor into my plays with Meow and Gallade this time around, though.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say. I could talk about Frostseed. When that was so fucking awesome. When I got the Leech Seed after the burn, I was like popping off.
Yeah,
it's like it didn't matter to me at that point if I lost because like that was just such a like that to me was just such a display of power.
Yeah, like Frostseed rules. It's so fucking funny.
Frostseed's awesome. One of there's obviously there's a lot of NFE guys in this league, but Frostseed has my heart. He's so cool. Shake Zula, the Mike Rula.
Yeah, I mean, like, when it comes to my favorite Pokemon on your team, like, it's obvious. It is that fucking Ferroseed. He's,
Yeah.
like, dope. He's fucking
He's
awesome.
so cool. And for the record, I keep naming him Master Shake names just because I think he looks like Master Shake.
Like, does
It's like
look
a-
like Master Sheik. Master Sheik.
It just like looks a little bit like Master Shake. Specifically, like there's a render of him where he's like looking down, and it looks like when he does that. Okay, and that's I don't have much else to say. I had to like hurry down because like I was upstairs doing something. I was like, oh shit, and I tuned into the stream and saw that my battle was on screen and ran down here.
Okay, if you
I missed some of the replay.
What you're doing, or...
Oh no, I don't need to.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I was gonna talk about the team then.
Yeah.
Banded Meow. I like. I'll be real. When we were building this, I was a little out of it. I was like, not like I don't think it's like that bad of a team, but I was like a little out of it.
Yes.
And I was like, I was just kind of throwing stuff together. But Banded Meow was basically
I was out of it too.
I just thought it clicks buttons good. I was like looking at stuff and I was like, well, it clicks buttons good.
Hey, next time you put knockoff on anything that I have, please like remind me what knockoff does. Just like literally, just like tell me, like so that I can fucking remember. Because I keep forgetting every time. I'm like, that thing's not that strong. Like, yeah, taking an item is nice, but like,
yeah, it's so strong.
so it's strong.
Well, the first hit's so strong. After the item on, that's strong. But it's
You don't hit moves more than one time that often.
But yeah, like I don't know, all the buttons, all the Meowscarada buttons hit good.
Oh wait, yeah, wait, choice band.
They're strong. Trick was just here because like tricking a band onto a lot of the things on each team would be annoying.
Yeah, I did. I think I did try to at one point.
Yeah, you did, but it ended up on Venusaur, which didn't work because it's Mega.
Yeah, that made me so bad.
You did have two like trick / knockoff absorbers on this team between Rachi and Venusaur, so it was kind of whatever. But you know, it was a fine idea. I think like this was one of the matchups where Band is really not going to be that useful, but like you know, it was there wasn't really that much else that could have gone in that move slot. It wasn't absorbing it super well, but it was absorbing a trick is really what I meant. But yeah, like trick is just a good fourth move on there. Obviously U-turn just for pivoting and like the U-turn smack stuff pretty hard.
Yeah.
Gallade was meant to be kind of like a check to a lot of the annoying like defensive things and like
it was
general things. It was the Psycho Cut was like poning Mega Venusaur pretty hard, and like other guys were also getting kind of effed with pretty well. But yeah. Yeah, and then like the other moves, like they just like hit stuff good. The Leaf Blade hit like Quag and like Prima and like hit like Volcanion and like Control and stuff like that. The Sacred Sword is obviously just a big dumb stab move, but it also it hits all the stuff it needs to. Second Pet hits like the Venusaur and the hands. And then Knockoff was just another like fourth move just to like you know, it's just a button press. In retrospect, I sort of wish that there had been like something to hit like Spiritomb a little better, but like on the other hand, I don't really even know what like could hit Spiritomb better than like Knockoff did. So IDK. Like, I guess it could have been like I guess it could have been like. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, like I don't know, like the Spirit Team did kind of like own the Gilead, and like a lot of the just kind of general like little like mix-up situations weren't really getting played as well as they could have been. It just happens sometimes. But it meant that Gilead was not that good at making progress in the game. Hat was just kind of like once the like really annoying stuff was gone, it matched up well against everything, pretty much. I really honestly didn't think about Moldbreaker Dredagon, which I really should have. I just wasn't thinking about it. It just slipped my mind. Sometimes that happens. I do think in retrospect, like the Hat probably could have 1v1 the Spirit Tomb. But it didn't. That didn't happen. I don't know. You get scared when there's super effective moves on the screen. It's easy to get scared.
True.
I feel like without looking at the numbers, I feel like Pat probably like definitely could have 1v1. The seed, I feel like it's the progress it made was self-evident. Like he did his job. I wish that he had something that threatened like some of the other stuff that because obviously like it was like he was like getting blanked by like Venusaur, but like honestly there aren't really tools that Ferocity like has to not get blanked by Venusaur. Really, like it doesn't really have like a good like move pool for stuff like that. So it just happens. Yeah, Swampert was pretty normal. The bulk was for something, and I don't remember what it is anymore. Oopsie. It was like it looks like fake. It looks like very just like the way I'm gonna do mixed bulk, but it was like calc, but I just don't remember anymore. And then yeah, the Blissey is max Spadef. I wasn't really scared of like physical coverage, like hitting it, and realistically, like even if it were like bold max defense, it would not have done that much like less damage. Like it would not have taken that much less damage from the body press. I don't think. Like I think most of the time, like unless there's a specific reason not to do it, like even though like for ladder like bold Blissey is better, I think for draft like going max Spadef is better for Blissey. Because any game you're gonna want to bring Blissey in, you just want to maximize the special bulk, really. Normally,
yeah.
I think that kind of concludes it. I don't really have that many like. Thoughts on it overall. Like other than that, like it's a pretty simple team. I think that Eve just counter teamed really well and played really well, and it happens. Any like final thoughts, Bill?
I don't know.
He's playing.
I'm scared. I'm scared for my life.
He's playing.
Yeah?
Oh, look, he's playing.
Yeah. Oh. Yay. Yay. La la la.
I love moving JPEGs around on the computer and playing with them, and it's like enrichment for everybody.
I don't have much to say. I'm gonna play with my Super Famicom now.
Okay, good luck, Warrior. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
For your time.
Well,
Okay, let's pull up, Winston, what,
That doesn't sound like
what the fuck am I
Winston at
doing?
all. That's not even close, though. You're not even, like, trying. You know, when I put on
I'm
the
sorry.
shitty Winston voice, at least I put, like, effort into it. This is, like...
I'm sorry.
You're kind of just pissing me off.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're
I'm
my
sorry.
fucking friend, okay?
Okay, you're my friend.
What's your request, Faye?
I'm like... Oh, Faye's request?
Yeah, we have a second request tonight, although this one has been said in chat. Oh, okay.
Click our replay at first and click the team likes after the replay is over. Okay.
Okay. I can do that.
We could probably, like, do that game now, actually. We'll just click the replay first and then click the team likes after the replay is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't actually know. I didn't know. I mean, Faye wasn't on the stage, so I didn't know, but he's in the chat, so. See ya. Yeah.
Fuck, I realized also when I was uploading the last few draft reviews, I put Faye with a Y because it's with a Y in chat, but it's not with a Y on the sheet. Fuck!
Faye
Sorry,
extra,
Faye.
yeah.
I'm so fucking
The
sorry,
username-
Faye.
The username mix-up.
I got schmixed by the username, now I have to be sentenced to Obama punishment. Alright. Let's see what's going on. So we don't know anything that happens here. Ooh.
Yeah, Charlotte forgets about the magic bounce or just doesn't think about it. And the trigger immediately goes up. Defogs the webs away, and then gets the webs up again, but like with Trick Room up, which is a dubious decision, I would say, but it doesn't really matter that much either way. Gets hit by the range on the Wind Blast. I don't know what the calcs were. And unfortunately, the Clef is packing Psychic.
Yeah.
Of all
shit.
things. And the Salad will not make progress.
And then poor Reggie Alecki finds
Ilecki
it's one bad matchup, something
Ult
that
switch
doesn't
gets
care.
blocked, and the reflect goes up.
Wait, I'm realizing how bad like the
unfortunately-
sticky web is for Charlotte because of the Trick Room.
Yeah. But unfortunately, like the matchup doesn't really like work out at this point because there's nothing really that can take like I don't know, like take like the special hits. So
Yeah, Husuian
Charlotte's gonna have
Zoroark
to hold that.
is a fucked up fellow.
The Caesar comes in, fails to cheese with Dire Claw.
So sad. It's like the one thing that's
Trick Room goes up and the Psychic occurs. And then the knock does work there. Which is, and then the.
So
yeah.
I'm like deathly curious why we were told not to look at the teams first.
Yeah, I'm also curious because I don't remember why that is at all. I know why now.
The simple and familiar assembly of all things I enjoy seeing on a day-to-day basis. The home in which my heart resides, and also the double-income, no-kids lesbian aunts whom carry a cornucopia of squashes, berries, and a really big spoonful of honey. These Pokemon came from the weird guy Fog, and 14 other secrets you may have missed. One of them is divorced, but they're still really good friends in the end. The ineffable and infallible unionizing of prosperous cat burglars straight from Orange Island, Schools Out Edition, aka Orange Island cat burglars. Really good. And then Charlotte has Team
Oh,
Phaedrus.
fuck. Okay. So, yeah. So, let's bring Faye in here to talk about this. Wait.
Hi. I've got a team here with a lot of. I have my window open like a little bit shorter, smaller than what Morgan has, and like the fucking name is covering up parts of my team.
Yeah,
in
let's get a simulation.
which is like pretty funny.
This is my simulation.
I
I was like, I really had to like pull out my thesaurus for this one, especially for like having like for the counterpart for like the canyon. These Pokemon game from a stupid canyon, and you can tune in 12 easy peasy steps. Like I really had to like think a lot about how to make an equivalent pun for that one. Also, I have no fucking idea what scoopful and clustly are supposed to mean. But anyways, about the team itself. Anyways, we've got Trick Room. We've got a bunch of. It's like Charlotte's team is like 7 billion miles an hour fast. Of course, like Trick Room is obviously like good, and it has the option select of like Masquerain. Just if like Masquerain comes and brings sticky webs, and it's like does the option select of like I can make myself even slower if I wanted to, or like bounce back the sticky webs to like fuck over like Sneasler and Tapu Cook. I generally like in that replay I did like I was thinking that like Charlie would have switched out from Masquerain because of the Zatu, so I switched in Clefable, and I was like, it was only after like I clicked the button with Clefable that I realized like, oh wait, Masquerain's still in, and just click Sticky Web anyways. But I got the option select because it does let Ursaluna underspeed Bronzong in Trick Room. So like if he tries to like Iron Defense body press me, then Ursaluna would have won. Even though Bronzong wasn't there that game, he would have won anyways. So of course, you know, Focus Sash Zatu is basically like guaranteed Trick Room unless outside like counter lead Icicle Spear Mamoswine or something. But like yeah, not getting taunted or anything means that like yeah, I can Trick Room up and then get my dudes in. And like I had Life Orb Clefable, and Luna was of course the main man, but then also Life Orb Clefable also clicked buttons pretty nicely. And of course like the Psychic is for the two poison types on Charlotte's team, like Sneasel and Salazzle.
yeah.
Sorry, I just like
And of course
looking at this screen for long enough, I just noticed you changed all the Terra types to be nonsense.
This is new tech that we've been uncovering lately.
Yeah,
oh yeah, so I think someone else did that first in this week.
Yeah,
Earlier this
Ray
week.
did it first, and
Yeah.
it was my idea though. I'll say it, but Ray did do it first.
Yeah.
That might have been the week I was on vacation.
But
No, I think
Yeah,
it was this week. Yeah.
no, it was this week. Like,
So,
Oh,
like,
okay.
earlier
Okay,
this
okay.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there
we'll
wasn't any
see it later.
replay stuff yet.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Cobra Cloak Slowbo is obviously to stop like Dire Claw shenanigans, stop it from making me go sleepy or get paralyzed or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I could just click the Psychic button and kill.
Yeah. I think that's
immediately.
very correct.
Yeah.
Like
The combination of like Clefable and Slowbo is like pretty good defensive pivots into a lot of Charlotte's team.
For sure.
Yeah. And of course, the Ursaluna did Ursakov's like really good Trokum abuse, and then like kind of mandatory when you're fighting against Reggie Lucky, I think, to stop it from killing you, volt switching 2,000 times, and hurting your family. And then Zorg also felt mandatory because I was kind of scared of the Choice Span Explosion Reggie Lucky ground type lure tech as like a way to like set up for it's like a way to set up for like a sweep with like Tapu Koko or something.
Yeah, and I will be real, it did have explosion. It was not banded though. We almost brought normal gem.
That would have been crazy tech.
Which is a little less good than explosion, but it like also doesn't reveal your hand as quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, if there's like any ground type I would want to use Choice Span Explosion Reggie Lucky on, Ursaluna would be that ground type. So like, I did really want the Zorg just to like, just in case I got skipped.
I do think it's sort of funny that you had your first Z Zora work is Z Memento and not Z Happy Hour. But,
it is cool as fuck.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, it's a yet another goddamn game where like Z Potting Trouble or Z Memento came and did not get clicked at all.
Yeah.
That's like adding one to the tally.
Yeah.
And it feels like Bitter Malice Will-O-Wisp is of course good utility for just fuck over a lot of physical attackers.
Yeah.
And then Exosensory is of course again another option for the poison types. Where like I was like planning on like a Clefable disguise, but potentially to like lure in, to like make a poison type feel safe against me, and I like Exosensory and kill it. But then the real Clefable just stayed in on Salazzle and killed it anyways, which is like kind of funny. Lopunny is also felt kind of mandatory because of the fucking between like Sneasel and Tapu Koko naturally outspeeds everything but Lopunny on my team, and then of course like Reggie Lucky is like super fucking fast, and then Sneasel can have the Unburden boost.
Yeah, if
so
you have
like I need
if you have Sneasler, like if you have Unburden Sneasler, like Fake Out is like one of the only ways to stop the bleeding. Like
yeah. It was also like double priority just so that like if that did happen, I would need half. Now just like make it so that like would need like one less sacrifice to stop them in case I needed to. So close combat is like Oko. Scrappy is just a good fucking ability. Like close combat can just Oko Sableye.
Yeah.
Which were like it's like pretty funny to look at that in the calc. And then Return is a good stab for like if I wanted to revenge kill Tapu Koko. And you may have noticed and thought about skill swap on Xatu. Who you might have been wondering who is that for? Who's that? It was like I thought it would be like a really funny way to make Gliscor really sad and just turn the poison heal against it, turn its Toxic Orb against it, and make it so that it's dying and getting chipped down.
Yeah. It would just go away when it switches out, but it definitely does make it switch out, which is nice.
Yeah, like a very funny phasing option in a way.
Yeah. Oh.
Like I was also thinking about like bringing like Vileplume to click Worry Seed for the same purpose. Because like it could survive like a +3 aerial ace, where like if its sword stances twice and its strength sap in the middle, then like it could survive a +3 aerial ace and then click Worry Seed, and then I get to see Gliscor slowly die. And then Vileplume also would have been nice against like special attacking like special Coco, because the only good move it has to hit Vileplume is stored power, which like it's still like slow enough that like I could get a Sludge Bomb in and then revenge kill with Lopunny.
Yeah.
But then like it turned out that like neither Coco or Gliscor came, so that it ended up being a good choice not to. It ended up getting a good choice not matchup fishing with Vileplume, because neither of those matchups ended up coming. I mean, a lot of this team is like pretty self-explanatory. That's a lot of things I wanted to cover.
Yep.
With Zoroark speed, I speed cut the Gliscor, I think, because I did not believe in Scyther. I did not believe Scyther is good.
But his blazing speed.
But his 105 speed tier and his 0 bring count.
Yeah, but your favorite Pokemon is Scyther. What's yours?
My favorite Pokemon is Scyther, though.
Listen,
I think that's what made Charlotte lose this game. She needed to bring Scyther. They needed to bring Scyther.
True.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite, to be fair. Like, you wouldn't even be able to hit it. Like,
because of its blazing speed.
It's immune. It's immune to Ursaluna's Earthquake. Yeah.
Game Freak actually said that
pivot.
Scyther is the fastest Pokemon.
yeah. Scyther's the fastest rapper as well. Anyways. Any final thoughts, Fit? That covered everything, most of it.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Most of this is self-explanatory. So,
alright.
Who was your favorite, Morgan?
My favorite is Cuss on regular show. I like Hisuian Zoroark is just like an inherently funny Pokemon to bring always, because he's got the trick angle. He's got the fuck with you angle.
He's so funny. Yeah. Also, I realized this, that like I kind of like accidentally paired up all these nicknames with thematically. Or it's like Slowbro's a dog, is the dog, and then Bubsy, the Bobcat, is Clefable, and they're both fat pink things. And then Ursaluna's and Zoroark's nicknames are both about funny videos, funny noise. And then Lopunny and Xatu is the Looney Tunes. I accidentally paired them up in the team sheet.
Yeah, that's kind of real. Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yippee.
Hey. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Charlotte brought the fucking Quick Claw Mammothswine again.
Charlotte insisted when we were building this together that Mammothswine needed to be Quick Claw again, and I was like, well, whatever, fine. Sure. I was thinking it should be Scarf, but Charlotte disagreed, and it was Charlotte's team ultimately. And I was a little high, so I wasn't really ready to put up an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, this team was good except for the fact we forgot to bring fucking anything with any special bulk. That part was bad. We should have brought something with any special bulk at all. Because it really just, like, Charlotte got put into a position where they couldn't switch anything into, like, any of the special moves, which sucked. If, like, Mantine or, like, the Death Gliscor or, like, just, like, fucking anybody had come, it would have been, like, a lot better, but we just, like, brought Masquerain instead. I don't know why we brought Masquerain. Oh wait, no, it's because Charlotte asked to bring Masquerade. Well, okay, it's all Charlotte's fault. I was gonna put fly score, I think. Oh, I'm blaming them, so don't blame me. Choice Band Sneasler's fucking good, if you haven't noticed. Rock Slide was hitting, whatever the fuck it was hitting. It was hitting, it was hitting the noobs. It was hitting Salamence and Incineroar, neither of them came. Yeah, you know, pretty normal Caesar set. It could have been like a different, like, fourth move, I guess, other than Rock Slide, but, you know, that's fine. Buzzwole is meant to kind of, like, wall Ursaluna. But, yeah, because, like, there wasn't really, like, another, like, especially defensive guy to, like, because there wasn't really a specially defensive guy to, like, take advantage of, like, whatever came in against Buzzwole, it just kind of meant that Buzzwole had to die, which sucked.
Yeah.
Again, I think that was the biggest problem with buildings. Sub Protect Toxic Cell Lazzle was, like, basically just, like, we were looking at it and we were just like, man, this is annoying for FaZe's, like, entire team. And it was annoying for FaZe's entire team, except for Clefable. Except for, like, Psychic Clefable. Like, we didn't really expect Faye to just be bringing, like, fucking Psychic coverage on, like, 4 Pokemon. Because, like, you don't normally do that. But I guess there are, like, multiple scary poison types, so you just want to deal with that. But this came dangerously close to cooking, I'll say. We shouldn't have been cowards. We should have just made this fucking Eleki be normal gym or choice band. Like, we should not have been cowards. But we were cowards and we made it magnet instead. And like reflect fourth move. It probably could have been like bin or something. It's whatever. He didn't do anything. He should have been normal gem. It would have been funnier. If you would have seen like it activated its normal gem in the chat, and everybody would have laughed really hard. And I think that's the problem. Is that it wasn't a funny enough set. Just keep that in mind. It was only single screen because the other. We thought that it would help the Luna matchup, but again, it probably should have been light screen if anything to like fucking have anything that switches into the special moves.
Yeah.
This Masquerain was all Charlotte pretty much. I didn't really think this. I was the one who chose Boots just because I figured it could come in like a couple times and like be like a removable thing. Well, I was like a little sus of Web, but Charlotte was basically just like, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm like getting fucking undersped by everything anyways with Webs, so it doesn't really matter, and that is kind of true. But it's a little like, I don't know. Masquerain didn't really do anything here. And then Quick Claw Mamoswine did not come again, but it did come again. Again, it was gonna be Scorf, and then Charlotte demanded the Quick Claw, and I said, sure, fuck it. We just threw rocks on there just because, like, it was already fucking... Charlotte basically said, like, Ice Shards for cowards, and we only need Claw Icicle Crash. And I was like, you know what, that's funny as fuck. And we just threw rocks on there, because rocks are good. I don't know, I think this team kind of sucks, so I'm gonna be... I was high, and Charlotte was just, like, not all there, and we cooked nothing. I'll be real. But it happens. You can't, not all of them are gonna be winners. After a certain point, you don't have the best teams anymore. Anyways, I think that about covers that. So we can move on to our, we can get ready for the next battle.
My favorite guy on the team, you know, Masquerain was, like, so bad for this battle that, like, honestly, it's kind of earned, like, the sad, sopping wet beast award. And it
it's
makes
kind of
me
a cute lead.
it makes me smile even though it threw the game. Like, this thing is a traitor, but it's, like, so cute, though.
For real.
What's going on? We're doing draft review. Doing draft league review.
Yeah. Pull up next. I think.
Zidalo.
I think we should pull up. I think we should pull up you versus Diana.
All right.
And then we're gonna kind of start getting into we're gonna have to start getting into some of the games with people who aren't here right now.
Oh, Diana never submitted her team. Whoops. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, it's whatever. I'm gonna be real. There's not gonna be that much to talk about. Either way. But yeah.
I don't know. I kind of cooked.
Anyways.
All right. So I lead with the Kyle Justin.
Kyle Justin music. Protect turn 1 is bad because of this.
Yeah.
And then because of this. And if you pay attention, there's no lantern on this team.
Yeah, there's no lantern. There's no Barraskewda, which I was worried about.
Yeah. Then
I have the insane Hurricane with the
the
crit.
Hurricane crit is kind of nuts, and then
The taunt.
taunt her choreo was my idea, and it definitely like succeeds in poning that fucking Pharaoh. The rain goes back up, which isn't really good for Diana, but it doesn't matter that much either way. Revelation Dance protects, but it doesn't matter. 2 quick ones. Get a nice quick extra Revelation Dance here.
Honestly,
whoa, what's that? Is that Revelation Dance?
If I was a real one, I would have like predicted the Protects to do another Quiver Dance.
And then the protect on the Hurricane, but it doesn't matter. A double protect attempt, but it's over.
Yeah, this was the official first 6-0 of the league, and I'm proud that it was me. I'm fucking proud that it was me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can talk about your team. I prepped you for this.
Yeah, you gave me the insane like tech, and then nobody came out except Oricorio.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember what I remember from our preparations.
Yeah.
Ninetales is like same shit, different ass, pretty much. We just like determined that we didn't really need anything other than Freeze Dry and Moonblast on it.
Yeah. Slowking was like, I think it was like EV'd to live like a damn, you left Slowking on Oblivious. That could have been bad.
Oh my god, yeah, wait, I didn't even notice that. Oh shit.
If that wasn't a 6-0, that could have been bad, but well, oh well. It happens. It's all good. Anyways, the Slowking was EV'd because we actually decided not to run Slack Off on it, and then oops, it was Oblivious.
Yeah, my thing was Sienna was like very adamant about adding Future Sight, and I was like, okay. But then, like, my problem was I was worried that Slow King would become too passive. Because I'm always running Chili Reception on this dude. Especially since half of the team I brought was fucking Ice types. There was no way I wasn't gonna bring Chili Reception on it still.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, it's, like, basically, like, aside from, like, U-Turn, Annihilate, it's, like, my only other pivot. And, like, as a pivot, it's better than Annihilate.
Yeah.
Well, Oricorio also has U-Turn, but that... I don't think U-Turn on Oricorio would have helped. I think it would have actually prevented what happened from happening.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, the Psyshock was for, I believe, Tentacruel, I want to say.
yes.
And the EVs were so that it could like live like a banded Barraskewda crunch. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it's not a good enough special bulk to like live other stuff. Yeah. Cloyster is pretty normal. He's like speed creeping somebody. I don't remember any.
Yeah, I'd have to check the sheet what we were trying to speed creep. It was something that, like, we wanted to outspeed after the, Shell Smash.
Yeah, it might have been, I think it might have been +1 Torpedo.
Right,
Shell
yeah.
Smash. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was our baseline, because it was, like, Latias we were not afraid of with Cloyster.
Yeah.
It might have been for Swellow, actually. It might have been, like, making... It might have been, like, both. It might have been, like, both Sharpedo and also Swellow. I mean, Swellow was never really a concern for Cloyster, to be fair. Actually, thinking about it, I think it probably... I think you're right. It probably was just for, like, +1 Sharpedo.
Rapid Spin is just, like, random fourth move in case it's needed, but, like, you know... I
Yeah.
suppose we were Rock Blast covering basically everything, and, like, no real coverage, like, no real extra coverage was, like, gonna do anything.
Yeah.
That those weren't.
Yeah, Cloyster...
Drogon could have been brought for, like, Lantern, but whatever.
I was insistent on Rapid Spin because we had no other hazard control.
Yeah.
Not that, like, Diana has, like, the craziest, like, hazards. It's really just Ferrothorn, but I didn't want Ferrothorn to, like, get that in. I was gonna be pissed off if Ferrothorn set some shit up. So I was like, yeah, we need some kind of hazard control. Especially if we're gonna have Oricorio be a sweeper, we need some kind of hazard control. Because most of my dudes hate rocks.
Yeah. Oricorio was pretty standard, like, max set. I'm pretty sure it had to be, like, just, it had to be max just so it was, like, just so it could be faster than, yeah, because Bruxish is 92. So, like, you're already, like, you basically just have to go max if you want to be faster than, like, Jolly Bruxish.
Yeah.
Which, like, that big of a concern, but, like, you might as well, like, at that point.
Yeah.
And then it also let it be, like, if it was, like... If it got, like, 3 Quiver Dances somehow, it would have been faster than the Barraskewda.
Yeah.
One thing that we were talking about was basically just, like, if this thing, like, if Barraskewda is not on Team Preview, then just lead with Oricorio and click Quiver Dance, which literally is what happened.
Yeah.
Fucking... Yeah, Swallow Boom Burst is fire.
Dude, Lord CW in chat at Waffle House, though.
That's kind of hard.
Yeah. The Oricorio really was, like... That was the win con, 100%. Like, I always bring, like, kinda Typer offense hell a little bit. That's just the playstyle I'm more used to. Like, you can see, Cloyster also had the Shell Smash, and the Bax was there. But we knew, like, those were backups. Those were, in case something horrible happened to Oricorio, those would be the backups. And you know what? Like, it's funny, we were actually debating if we wanted to bring Bax or not. Because, like, I was like, well, we gotta bring Cloyster for the Rapid Spin, because otherwise we have no hazard control. But, like, in terms of, like, in terms of, you know, oh, do we need another, like, setup sweeper that's just, like, a ice dude? And it's like, it was fine, I think. If worse came to worse, Bax could have clicked Glaive Rush a bunch, and it would have been funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did go with the ice body.
Yeah, sub ice body, like, DD Bax, like, we just figured it kind of just shat on everything.
Yeah.
A little bit, and it's not like Diana had any real way to spread burn other than scalds.
Yeah.
Or, well, not burn, or rather, Diana didn't have anything that thermal exchange would absorb.
Yeah.
Like, it was pointless.
It was really
Diana
just,
didn't have any
like...
fire move.
It was really just Scald and, like... I don't know.
Yeah.
I
And the
think
Scald
we
isn't
were
gonna,
fine.
yeah, like, it was fine. And, like, if the sub, like, absorbed the Scald variance, it's like, okay, whatever. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, and then the Why Not also came. Why Not was literally just because Barrascuda was the scariest thing on the team, and like everything basically just won once Barrascuda was gone. We just brought Why Not. It was just like, okay, if Why Not if Barrascuda kills something, Why Not can just come in and kill Barrascuda.
Yeah.
So that's what it. I mean, it didn't do that, but it would have done that if Barrascuda was there and if the game had like happened differently. Maybe.
I'm definitely most proud of the Aura choreo, because it kind of is like a standard set, but it's also like a very smart one. Like, we put a lot of thought into it. You know, Revelation Dance and Quiver was always coming.
Yeah, the taunt was the piece de resistance. Like
we needed that anti-Ferrothorn tech.
Yeah.
We did not want that guy. We did not want that guy setting up, like, seeds and, like, stealth rock on us. That would have been bad. And, like, Hurricane was, like... Hurricane is obvious just because, oh, it's a rain team, so we can, like, kind of use that to our advantage. You know?
Yeah.
Usually, I'm the kind of person, I would see, like, Hurricane's accuracy and be like, I'm never bringing this shit. But, like... Really, there was no reason to bring Air Slash over Hurricane in this case. Hurricane was the perfect move to bring.
For sure. Yeah. But I do think that about covers that. I mean, that game was pretty simple.
Yeah, it's the first 6-0 of the league, and I'm proud of myself for the fucking improvements I've made. You know, I've had a lot of help from, like, Sienna and Eve, like, prepping me for these past few weeks, and, like, the results are showing, I think.
Yeah.
Even if I don't make it to playoffs at this point, which might, like, honestly, I think I've been doing good. Everybody else has been playing their asses off, so it could still not happen, you know? I still have quite a... Like, basically, the easiest path to guarantee me into playoffs is if I 6-0 Ellie, and I gotta be honest, Ellie is, like, a scary enough opponent for me that I'm, like, I don't think I could reliably, like, 6-0 her, so I'm not gonna, like, try for that. I'm just gonna try, like, once I get someone to prep me, I'm just gonna, like, figure out, okay, what's the scariest shit on Ellie's team, and how do I kill those fools?
Yeah.
But
anyways,
we're not quite in it's so back territory, but we're not in it's over territory yet.
Yeah. I got a potty. 1 second.
Okay.
And then we can do the next match.
All right. But yeah, I'm very happy with my improvement over the past few weeks. So even if I don't make it into playoffs, honestly, that would be okay. Because you know what? I took a stand. After my 4th loss, after I was feeling down in the dumps, I took a fucking stand. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be the shittiest person. I'm not gonna be the fucking loser who has like a 0-8 record. I'm gonna take a fucking stand, whether or not I make it into playoffs. And you know what? I went 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. I started going crazy. I think I've been making good plays. I think I've had, like, really good help with the team building. And it really does show that I do have, like, a really solid roster, you know? It's just funny that, like, basically all of my wins have just been me sweeping. Just, like, murdering people. But that's what I'm good at, to be fair. I'm good at, like, having these, like, scary, like, offensive Pokemon that you always have to keep in mind, and then just fucking obliterating you with them. Like, I have quite a few gimmicks on the team. I mean, you could say that Snow itself is kind of a gimmick. But, like, shit like Wynot and Earthworm, but I also just have guys that'll fuck you up. And you have to, like, prepare for that, otherwise you're dead. You're dead. You know?
I'm back.
Hi.
You want to pull up, pull up Meaver's Handle. Or we can pull up...
The real question is, will
we could-
Great Tusk do anything? No.
Or we could do either Meaver's Hazel, or we could do the 6-0s back to back. We could pull up WAFFLOES or Spike as well, but
what do you
it's up
think?
to you.
Sienna, what do you think?
I think I can't just do that. Like, I can't do it every time somebody asks me what I think. I can't just say Osada needs to pay the price, but like he does. But it's besides the point. I think Faye just said Mike WAFFLOES UOP, so let's do that. Sure.
Alright, well, I got a request for this match. I got a specific request for this match from WAFFLOES.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested to see it.
Okay. So for this match, WAFFLOES asked me to put an image on the screen. It's an image that you all know and love. It's sad Spider-Man. I'm gonna put that behind chat. Yeah, WAFFLOES like literally DM'd me during this stream and was like, Morgan, can you put this on screen during my match with Mike?
Right. So,
Oh, excuse me.
yeah.
That was a violent sneeze.
I do like... Faye, I'll be real, the conversation I had when I was talking to you, like, where I said a couple ideas, before I knew I was prepping Charlotte, when I said a couple ideas, and we'd, like, talk about it, I literally remember jack shit from it. I remember nothing. I remember, I think I said something to you that was, like, an idea I had for you against Charlotte, and I don't remember what it was at all. I don't remember anything from it. Which made me feel better about prepping Charlotte, but, yeah. It's just the facts.
Spider-Man. Alright, let's see the destruction. Oh wait, I forgot to place Mike's theme. I'm so fucking sorry, Mike.
Yep.
It's okay. I figured out my mistake beforehand. I'm so sorry, Mike, that I almost didn't play your awesome theme song.
Okay.
Okay, now we can see what POTUS does.
Bounces is what it does. The Thunder Punch just fucking destroys it. Gligar comes in. It does get tricked. The Scarf gets tricked onto it, which kind of sucks, but and you can still click U-turn. Whatever. Zert comes in, and the Gleam read on the Chomp switch is big. Switches into Gligar just to eat the Earthquake. That honestly, U-turn did way too much damage. I feel like that shouldn't have done that much damage, but whatever. some E-spikes start going up, but dips out, and the thunder wave on the fucking Mega T-Tar, and then the fucking swagger. I hate this set, for the record. We'll talk about it later. I hate this. But we'll talk. But yeah, the chomp is actually boots, which shocked me in the middle of this game. But the scale shot really does jack shit. And then now, yeah, now like Orv needs to just come back in. U-turns out takes 1%. Hey, it's the electric terrain. And hey, it's fucking Signal Beam. A failed trick on the Z Crystal. It happens. It's easy to forget that you still have a Z Crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just Zerk Sweep. The Z Electric Terrain came up, got the +1 speed, and it's just over. It's over.
It's over.
Yeah. Not really much more to say. I will actually. What I will say is that me and Eve and Hazel were all watching a movie during that time, like Trip Dinner Live, and in the middle of the movie, I had the movie and this battle split screen on my phone, and in the middle of the movie, I just said, "Hey, I don't want to interrupt anybody." Like Mike just 6-0 WAFFLOES, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" But I'll bring Hazel in. Yeah, I can talk about giving the T-Tar a bonus star for sucking complete ass. We'll talk about the T-Tar after. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. We're talking about Mike's game first and not yours.
Yeah,
but...
so yeah, Mike couldn't make it, so it's me here. So Mike only had one comment that he wanted me to say, which was that he felt very lucky that exactly everything he was scared of coming appeared. So he just kind of had all the right stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a few weirdies on this team that I cannot remember the full reasoning for, unfortunately. But so I guess, I mean, going from the top, I mean, Metagross, obviously Thunder Punch did a lot, and had the Meteor Mash, Earthquake, and then Bolt Beam punches.
Yeah.
For Gyarados.
What the Mirror Herb was for?
So the Mirror Herb was because when Mike was prepping, he was just like, I really want to use Mirror Herb at some point. He's like learned about Mirror Herb just then or something, and he was just like, I want to use Mirror Herb, and I'm just like, okay, I'll figure out what the best thing to put it on is, and we settled on Metagross.
Yeah.
Because Metagross copying like a Dragon Dance from Gyarados or Tyranitar or a Z Happy Hour or whatever the fuck Sylveon gets, just made it kind of sweep.
Yeah, and also like Clear Body's sort of nice because it means if it gets intimidated by like the Gyara, then it can copy.
Right, yeah. Clear Body is just very nice for I don't think Metagross gets any better abilities.
Yeah, it gets light metal, I think, but
it gets light metal.
Yeah. You're not. I think it literally is Clear Body, light metal, heavy metal.
Not even heavy metal, it's just light metal.
Yeah.
Funny. Moth is Boots light screen toxic spikes. I think it's just there to like force switches to be scary and get those things set up. I forget what exactly the reasoning for light screen was. I mean, toxic spikes are just toxic spikes.
Yeah.
I guess yeah, I guess it's just light screen. I don't know. Maybe to help circuitry set up against like Chandelier or whatever.
Yeah.
We had a Trailblaze Heracross.
Yeah, with the option to like stay with facade and like option to stay like on Mega if it's like Durant or something.
Yeah. That was exactly the reasoning, is because something we were scared of. Yeah, like Rotom Will-O-Wisping, going around Will-O-Wisping stuff. Because yeah, I mean, it didn't really do anything this match. So it had its skill link moves.
Yeah.
Zerk was the beast here.
Yep.
Now getting to the meat of it.
It's kind of fucked up that both 6-0s this week are because of an electric type.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
almost like
I
if
mean-
you don't bring a like substantially good enough like ground type check, then you will lose to a strong electric type.
Yeah, and
Not that WAFFLOES had another option, to be clear.
Zerk just like Zerk's coverage is so weird, but it's like often just exactly what it needs. It's like Dazzling Gleam and Signal Beam are not the strongest moves ever, but if you want to beat a Garchomp and a Rotom Mo, then
the electric train's just fucking good. Like,
yeah,
it's so like obviously Zerk like it's mainly wants to click its electric moves anyways. And so, like, you're getting such a substantial power boost immediately on the electric moves, and you're getting the +1 speed, like...
Yeah, and when it's, like, already, 171...
Yeah.
Special attack. And, you know, Thunderbolt is just a good move. It's... Yeah. I don't know the calcs on, bulky Tyranitar, but getting rid of that was just, like, good for circuitry to come in and just do its thing.
Pretty impossible not to get rid of that Tyranitar.
It was good that the Tyranitar that was brought sucked. Sorry, Waff.
We're talking so much shit on this Tyranitar, but it's just... it's fine. We'll get to it. Rhino Berry Samurai.
Okay. You might notice that Rotom Mo has electric moves, as well as Leaf Storm. I forget and Breloom also has fighting moves. I forget what exactly. I feel like in the moment it was just like, oh, this can work. Just like. There was some reason that we agreed, oh, Rindo Berry is... Or either that, or it's just like, oh, maybe Again, this keeps happening. I'm just like, oh, maybe you could put it on for this specific situation, and then he just does it. It had Sacred Sword and X-Scissor for Tyranitar and Rotom. Yeah, I guess it was just like... funny... oh, Leaf Storm has to kill here, and then it doesn't, and then X-Scissor, and then no more Rotom.
And this is a super normal Gligar.
This is the normalest Gligar in the world, yeah.
Yes. He did work, even without the EVLA.
Yeah,
like,
it's incredible, like...
U-Turn's good.
This game, Evioliteless Gligar. Last game, Roostless Gligar. Gligar might be good.
Gligar's great. And he's funny as well.
Yeah. No, yeah, Mike also just like played well, even though there's some goofy items here. The Dazzling Gleam prediction was great.
Yeah.
And he pulled the trigger, the Electric Terrain trigger at exactly the right time.
Sure. Yeah. I think Mike played that super well, and I think, I don't know, I think the team is pretty cool. It's like weird, but it's cool.
Better than I played this week, which we'll get to later.
We can pull up WAFFLOES Team.
Well, first, my favorite guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of obvious that it's Xurkitree. Yeah. I mean, it's like Electric Brothers in Arms with my Oricorio. He has seen footage. I mean, the Z Electric Terrain is like the dopest tech ever. To be fair,
it's super good.
Yeah, Mike's gotten a couple good like Z setup sweeps here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the whole Death Grips theme.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sorry, I looked at WAFFLOES Team and I saw the Tyranitar set.
I don't know. Alright, I can't. Let's talk about this Tyranitar. I'm gonna just leave Hazel in here. We can all fucking talk about this Tyranitar together. I need a support network to talk about this Tyranitar.
No, okay.
Yeah.
This is the funniest
is
shit
fine
ever.
Because even if WAFFLOES was here, I would be as mean to this Tyranitar. It's fine.
Yeah.
I will say WAFFLOES said like they haven't been doing that good like past couple weeks, which is like fair. And they literally said like they looked at their team and they thought like there wasn't anything stupid enough, so they put this Tyranitar in there. Which that is what it looks like. Fucking okay. So before we can talk about anything, honestly, the rest of these sets are like fine, I guess. But like Garchomp's pretty sus. But like this fucking Gyarados is pretty sus too, actually. But the fucking Tyranitar sucks. I hate this thing. I hate it so much.
This is the funniest set of all time. The zero IVs an attack because it just doesn't have a move. It's so fucking funny.
I want because like fucking Mega Tyranitar has 164 attack, and like that's like the thing. Like there's literally the only Pokemon on Mike's entire team that has a higher attack stat than Mega Tyranitar is fucking Heracross, who resists foul play anyways. Like, it's so bad.
Heracross takes
like I get it, Swagger Flower with foul play, but it's still I
guess Stab would do more, but yeah,
it's so it's like ass. And
like Heracross would not die to Swagger play. Yeah,
like Swagger, Thunder Wave, and like then you get fucking pwned by the fighting. Like if you stay in on that, like. I don't think this Heracross didn't even have fighting, but if it had one, it would have gotten pwned. And like, it sucks so bad. Swagger.
I mean, Missile killed it anyway, but yeah.
It's a fucking random like. It's so stupid. And there's never been a more fitting. I said in the chat in the server. I said like. This Tyranitar set is something that would get like a detailed close-up on SpongeBob while a Foghorn sound plays. Like, this Tyranitar set is like truly fucking befitting of the name Hulk Toilet because
I love the max special defense without anything to deal with Xurkitree.
Yeah.
I am kind of I'm not actually mad about it, but I'm just like disappointed, and I just also
not
think
mad.
It's funny.
I'm just disappointed.
I think it's funny and I also just think it's funny to like act so outraged at this stupid fucking Tyranitar named Hulk Toilet. Like,
God, I'm just looking at the amount of foul play resists on Mike's team.
This is like, honestly, I'm gonna spoil it right now. Holtoilet is my favorite Pokemon on the team because he sucks so bad. He's so funny. It's the funniest set anybody's ever come up with.
Oh, fuck, dude. Okay, so, let's get to the good Pokemon, I guess. The Chandelure and the Rotom are both pretty much like. No Willow on the Rotom is
Double Trick Scarf is really funny.
It's funny and it's kind of fire though. Like I can't fault it. I maybe would have brought like a different ability on the fucking like. There aren't really any fire moves for Chandelure. I guess Moth. I
would have brought Willow on Rotom instead of Discharge.
Yeah.
When you already have Thunder Wave Hulk Toilet.
But yeah, it's whatever. They're both fine sets. Like more or less fine sets. The fucking yeah, I will say I think this Chomp is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was like meant to be like hitting really. I think that SD or like it's not even SD, it's just skill shot.
It's substitute.
Like it's substitute skill shot, like it's like it's boots for some reason. Like it's not even loaded dice for the skill shot, it's just like which is so
Yeah,
it doesn't really
no power boosting item,
boots.
no power boosting move.
I like wish WAFFLOES was here so we could pick their brain about this. Like I think like I'm
No,
not.
yeah,
I
was
think WAFFLOES
excited
is
to like hear
Yeah.
explanations about all of these.
will forever be a mystery.
Next, if they're here next week, we need to like pull up this team again, and
Get some live explanations.
It's a fucking like I don't know. I think that like the wormhole, the alternate universe wormhole that like WAFFLOES peers into to get their sets, like I think that they like fell too deep into it. I think like half of their like fucking body like fell into it and like they I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to accomplish. Yeah, the Orb is really normal, so whatever. That's just Orb. That's just normal Orb.
Yeah.
Probably the best set on the team.
I'm
And then the
body press
Gyarados.
over anything else is a little sus.
Body press, yeah. I think hitting the like hitting
It
like
just hits
Brave
Samurai,
Bird,
basically.
Brave Bird to
Brave
hit the like the fucking
Heracross and
probably.
Bulu, yeah. And
Whatever.
Delmise and Exeggutor.
It's not a huge deal. It's like fine, I guess. And then Gyarados is just like what I don't okay. Like okay, I'm gonna go into pkmn.help. My favorite website for checking your type coverage. I'm just gonna check so like flying plus ground plus grass. So it's a okay, so it's a 62% are weak to that coverage. So I guess that's not that bad. But like even if it were just like I don't
What is
bizarre.
taunt no DD?
Why is it why is it taunt no DD? Like what is it like faster than like when is Expert Belt ever gonna work with bounce? Because like you can't fucking like they're gonna switch out they're gonna switch out the Pokemon that's weak to bounce.
I'm not sure what taunt is even targeting.
I don't know what it's really faster than, yeah.
Gligar?
Ivar? You could threaten Gligar if you brought a water stab.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be too mean to this team. I just think it's so fucking funny. Like,
yeah. WAFFLOES has cooked in the past. This was dubious food.
This is the fucking.
This is
I wish I could
Breath
play
of the Wild's censored food.
Yeah. I wish I could play. I keep trying to get a soundbite of the Breath of the Wild like failed cooking jingle, where you like the glass breaking sound and shit. But yeah.
How do I like make this like transparent? This is the perfect thumbnail. Is just this Tyranitar set with the Spider-Man like in the background. How do I do that in OBS?
I don't know. You could like you can like try to chroma key the black, but I don't think that would work that well. Wait one second. Wait, hold on. If you can change, I'm sorry. I'm diving in. I'm diving into the main frame.
Yeah, this is important.
If you can change the. Actually, if you change it to light mode and try to chroma key out the white, it might work better. Well, no, it would just still look weird, but it would be like more acceptable, I think. You have to zoom back out to switch to light mode, I think. It's like its little toesies and its little thingies are gonna get keyed out. This is important.
Yeah, we're pioneering minds on the motherfucker Morgan stream.
Does anyone have any riddles?
What's the best burger?
Hulk toilet.
Hulk toilet.
Oh yeah.
You know, everybody else is getting obsessed with a skibidi toilet these days. Fuck, that just got rid of it. Hold on.
Yeah, you did the green screen there. You need to change the color to white. The target color to white. Oh wait. You need to like change the settings on it and make it more like lower tolerance or whatever. You need to fuck with it. You need to like. You can kind of see like the numbers for the Spider-Man gift. Oh.
It's almost something.
We're getting there. We're getting there. If you slide it around, it's gonna look like shit no matter what, but it's fine.
Wait, I just realized something. Hold on. We could I might have figured it out. I might have fucking figured it out in like a fucking like understandable way. In a fucking way. Like we're society. We're society here.
I was thinking of like trying to inspect Element, the like website, and change the background color.
No, hold on.
But
I have it all figured out. I think I can see it with my mind's eye. The stream does not continue until we fucking do this, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Hold on, let me make it dark mode again. I think it looks better like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There we go! There we go!
Yeah.
Listen, I should say also, because we've been very mean to WAFFLOES Team. WAFFLOES is like one of the genuinely like most knowledgeable players in this entire league. Like genuinely, unironically, and I think them kind of like making like bad sets this week is like, yeah, they probably just were not feeling up to Mons, and it happens.
Yeah,
But
it's just
it
just
gave
so
us
fucking funny.
it gave us such joy.
This.
It gave us
Yeah.
Hulk Toilet.
I do like that in this shot. There's like a little bit of that Garchomp set leaking into here.
Yeah. It's like maybe the funniest set of all time. Like this is like what's the term? Unserious. This is an unserious Tyranitar. So fucking funny. Okay.
Is PU ready?
Literally though. Okay. I
I'm
think
like-
it's time to move on.
Yeah, we can pull up Movers and Hazel now. Well, I won't even kick out Hazel. We'll just Hazel can relive these
Yeah.
tragic memories in the during a replay live.
Yeah, Hazel can join the commentary board.
It's fine. You got the yeah.
But I gotta get your theme song. Your theme song.
Hi, theme song.
Flip turn
but,
into Rose Raid.
Yeah, I
um,
didn't think that would be staying in.
This Giga Drain
This
does
was-
way
this
too
was-
much damage.
This was the beginning. Yeah, this was just like the beginning of the end. I just
Yeah.
The poor fail sucker punch into extra sensory. Damn.
yeah.
Oh.
Ah no.
And
And the scream tail into Rose Raid.
then
Oh,
the sleep
no.
powder
And
on
then
the
the
scar.
sleep powder. I so wish Skarmory had Overcoat.
Yeah,
and then
this is
Scarf Lace comes out.
this is
Yeah.
already a tragedy in motion.
But Scarf Starmie though with the flip turn.
That was my peak moment. Scarf Skarmory.
Rose Raid,
I get the psychic terrain up.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that flip turn was about. I was done.
You were scared.
I pick up the quick extra sensory, and then right when it looks like Rose Raid's about to get 5 kills this game, it does get frozen.
And I should have just switched into Slowpuff right there. I should have just tried to salvage as much as possible and
Yeah, you could have gotten the crazy. Like, did you have Unburdened Slurpuff?
yeah.
There's
This was Belly Drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
You could have like
That's-
gone
That's,
crazy.
That's the entire reason I had Psychic Terrain out, was because
Yeah.
Sienna has 3. I guess I'll get into it later after the.
I had to SD a couple times to end the psychic turn, and then I just bullet punch into bullet punch into bullet punch.
Yeah, and I was just
the
fishing
burger
for
blast.
the freeze that whole time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we can talk about my team first.
Nar by guest 2861956. Who let this person into our league?
I hate guests.
yeah, I guess it's because I like do team building in a tab that's offline. It can't grab my username or whatever
Yeah.
when I click the upload button.
Yeah. So I guess I'll talk about Roserade first. Roserade's kind of the man of the hour. Yummy is the man of the hour here. This is like 3 attacks sleep powder, which was kind of odd. It was like speed creeping, whatever the fuck it was, speed creeping. probably I don't remember. I don't quite remember at this point, but I want to say it was just like Toxicroak. Or no, it was probably Rotom Heat because that's 1 point faster. But yeah. Well, no, it was definitely faster than Rotom Heat. So yeah, lol. But anyways, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, it's 3-attack Sleep Powder. It was basically just like Giga Drain, Extra Sensory, Sludge Bomb, like hit like a bunch of things, like because it hit like both of the frogs. It hit Toxicroak and Seismitoad. And then like the Giga Train hit like the Starmie and like the whatever, and then like Sludge Bomb hit Screamtail. That was like specifically special attack in order to 2-hit KO Screamtail. And then I kind of tried to get like a nice like mix of bulk in there. I think 12 Spadef hit some valuable threshold to not die to something. But Roserade has really good stats. Like I don't know, like it's really like easy to forget that Roserade has 105 special defense and 125 special attack. Only strong. But it means that like because of the nice mix of like bulk and speed, 990 speed is pretty good. You can it's a pretty customizable one. I went Black Sludge just because it made it a little bulkier, and I just wanted to be able to like contend against some of the more annoying special attackers. But yeah. Yeah. Caesar is pretty normal. I think there was some threshold I was trying to hit. I actually bothered to make it light metal this time. I don't really know why. I think I just kind of did. I don't know. I just felt like it. Like light metal is technically better on Caesar because it like is never going to click a technician button before it megas. And so you can like leave it in on like a low kick before it megas, and it'll take less damage, I guess. It's not really that it doesn't matter that much, which is why I've not bothered to do it most weeks. But yeah, this is a pretty normal Caesar set. It was U-turn instead of like another coverage move, but it's whatever. Adamant with no attack investment like was the best thing to hit a lot of the ranges I was looking for in terms of like bullet punch, like killing things, and whatnot. Especially after an SD. I don't know. SD Mega Caesar is so consistent. Like SD Bullet Punch Roost is like, it's really hard to not bring those 3 moves because they are so good together with Mega Caesar stats. The pretty normal Lando. I believe the Spadef was for like I want to say it was for like taking a like Rotom Heat Overheat or something like that.
I know. Decent special defense. I think that spread will survive a Starmie Hydro Pump.
Yeah, it might have been that too, but yeah, it was a pretty normal Lando overall. Edgequake hit a lot of things, so I wanted to have the Stone Edge there. It kind of like threatened like Aerodactyl and stuff, which I wanted. Rocks U-turn. Fairly normal bulky Lando. And a fairly normal bulky Rotom as well. A lot of the time, like, these guys have similar-ish duties, and I just kind of have to fill in, like, what each of them is going to do in any given game. This, like, Rotom spread just ended up being really good, because it resists, like, the, a lot of the things that it needed to check on, like, the physical side, like, you know, stuff like King Gambit and stuff, where it's really annoying to fucking take the big hits, and you want to take the small hits and make them be smaller. Simple as. Yeah, and then Place and Crawdaunt are like my two chucklefuck breakers this game. I love bringing like really frail breakers and just pivoting into them. or like otherwise. Blaze has like a little bit of like investment, which made it pretty okay at taking those like overheats from Rotom, which was nice.
I noticed Encore.
Yeah, I was just looking at the coverage moves, and they just like weren't doing anything. It's like Fire Ghost is so good. Like you have to think about it like that. And it's like what are you actually bringing as like a third move on Blaze that isn't like fucking like I almost brought like knockoff. I almost brought like a couple things, but I eventually went with Encore because I was just like, I might be able to like annoy a King Gambit.
Yeah.
Like and lock it into Sucker Punch. If King Gambit comes, but I kind of called your bluff, and I was just like, I don't. After a certain point, the shtick of not bringing King Gambit and like having people be scared of King Gambit and bring a slightly worse team because they have to build around King Gambit doesn't work anymore, because then you're just not bringing King Gambit at that point. And I just kind of was like, I'm not scared of it, and I'm not really scared of the. I'm not really scared of the Hydreigon either. That much. I did still bring in like checks to both of them. I actually didn't bring in that many Hydreigon checks. I'll be real, but I brought in checks for the King Gambit, like, but I didn't. It wasn't a focus. I just kind of looked at the team structure you had brought in the past, and I was like, I want to be like that. Yeah, and in general, like, the kind of idea behind this was like I was kind of scared of the double frog defensive core that would annoy the shit out of like Rotom and like Groudon, and so I thought that like bringing like Roserade in place and having this kind of like Fire Water Grass backbone that could like force a lot of switches and like annoy the things was good. And in general, like Roserade's coverage is super good against that roster. Like as you kind of saw in that game, like it kind of did threaten like everything, which was really nice. I like almost brought spikes on Roserade, but I figured that Sleep Powder was better because half of Hazel's roster is like floating in the fucking air, and Sleep Powder's the only way to threaten Skarm. Yeah. And basically just like Crawdaunt was like, I don't know, this is a pretty normal Crawdaunt. I'm so like anti. I decided to bring 8 speed just to troll in case there was some speed creep situation. On like one of the like, you know, something like fucking like, I mean Gambit for one.
Gambit, yeah.
Yeah. CC is the 4th move. I really honestly like. It's so funny that like I've moved so far away from bringing normal 4th moves on Crawdaunt that like I feel like I have to justify bringing close combat as my 4th move. But yeah, it hits King Gambit.
Yeah.
Like, and it hits like I don't even know if it hits like Hydreigon harder, to be real. It might not even hit it harder than Crabhammer, but whatever.
I mean, Crabhammer would be, what, 100, and then close combat would be 240. I think that's a little stronger.
I guess. Stab and stab. A little harder. Anyways.
No, close combat hits more than twice as hard.
But yeah. I don't know. I basically just brought a squad of goons, and then Roserade accidentally just beat everything. So
yeah,
it happens. But yeah. Yeah. I don't actually have that much more to say. That's pretty much it.
Alright, and my favorite dude, I mean, like, A lot of these have been very cut and dry in terms of my favorites, because it's been a lot of games where, like, one guy does a lot, and, like, yeah, Roserade did a lot. The 3 attacks with the sleep powder goes crazy. I think it's fun.
Yeah, no,
I think it's
just
cool.
dismantled my entire team.
Yeah, it, like, Roserade is such, like, a boss Pokemon already that it makes me happy that it's doing crazy-ass shit here.
Yeah.
Alright, I have to get more water and use the bathroom. Talk about Hazel's team while I'm gone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, you were saying that you brought stuff for the team structures that I've brought. And then I brought an unusual one, but it just happened to be, again, completely dismantled by Roserade.
Yeah. It's like just close enough.
So yeah, this is Belly Drum, Slurpuff, and support. Slurpuff has it was adamant until about 10 minutes before the match, where I changed it to Jolly 224 to outspeed Scarf plus F1.
Yeah.
Because I was like going back and forth on whether or not Scarf plus F1 would come, and then I was just like, you know what, no, 252 Scarf is just gonna troll me. So even though I mean, I do have like the other answers to it, so I should have thought, just like, with Scarf Starmie being there, I probably could have gotten the surprise kill on Blaze.
Yeah.
Which I did. Otherwise, Slurpuff is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Again, the remaining EVs went into mostly HP, but I had to keep it an even number, so some of it went, just 4 went into the defense. Screamtail is Terrain Extender Psychic Terrain. With 2 attacks.
Really good bit, but
yeah, which, I mean, again, against a lot of teams that didn't include 3 attacks Roserade, it won, basically.
Yeah.
And also, my plan was I could, even if I couldn't quite, like, get in a, like, Psychic Terrain and then pivot safely to Slurpuff, I could just, like, because, you know, I put up Psychic Terrain. My plan was, I put up Psychic Terrain, Sienna's like, oh shit, I have to bring in something that does a lot of damage to Slurpuff. And then I just, like, keep Screamtail in and use the 2 attacks to just start killing the offensive Pokemon.
Yeah. But of course, Roserade does a lot of damage to Slurpuff and
Roserade, yeah, exists, and I don't know, when I brought in Screamtail, I was like, oh, maybe it has these 2 other attacks, and then it has, like, Sleep Powder and Spikes or something, but that would be a stupid set. And of course it had Sludge Bomb, so I just took a lot of damage to that. But yeah, Dazzling Gleam and Fire Blast. I mean, Dazzling Gleam does a lot to Sienna's team. There's like Komodo and Weavile and stuff like that. But Fire Blast, like, lets it act as a Scissorler.
Komodo almost came, but then I realized he sucked in this match. And
yeah,
he had literally nothing to set
just
up on.
kind of sucks against Screamtail in general. Even with like Iron Tail, it just doesn't do a lot.
I came very close to sub-select Belly Drum Formula. It was like a hard pick. It was a hard pick, but it was just not really tough.
Yeah. It would also lose to Scarf Stormy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 120. I was like, what Screamtail needs to outspeed is always just like a weird thing to choose, because it's like, okay, yes, its merit is definitely the fact that it can outspeed things, but sometimes it just doesn't need to, because it can just eat those hits, and it's passing a wish anyway, so it's not like when you're planning on passing a wish, your speed doesn't really matter. Unless it's like a sacrificial or whatever, but anyway, yeah, I forget what exactly 128 speed gets. Probably non-Scarf Blaze. Maybe not even that. Maybe like, I don't know. Could have been like Rose Raid or something. Yeah, I think non-Scarf Blaze was something I didn't care about outspeeding.
Yeah.
Because it probably wouldn't exist, because I was thinking, oh, if Blacephalon comes, it's going to want to outspeed Starmie.
Yeah.
Which
I also
is
just, I don't know.
Scarf Starmie.
Every time I bring Blaze, I like think about running something that isn't Scarf, and I bring Scarf.
Right.
Basically. Even the one time I brought Specs Blaze, it was Scarf Blaze until 3 seconds before the match, when I just decided to make it Specs to switch it up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Toxicroak went through a journey. It was almost so Toxicroak resists everything that Crawdaunt does ever. But still takes a lot from knockoff. Like with this 200 defense, that was still like 55 to 68 or something.
Yeah.
So I almost brought Z Rain Dance. Just because having a Z Crystal makes knockoff not boosted. So I could just like wall it and then just like maybe get a surprise sweep. But I was just like, okay, if I do that, I'm gonna need to take some out of defense, put it into speed, and it gets countered by. I can't fit Ice Punch onto it because I need to keep Sucker Punch because I need to get the Blaze.
Yeah.
Because like that's the other reason that Toxicroak is here, is because it gets Sucker Punch. So yeah, I ended up going with 2 fighting moves, so that I could like switch in and get some health back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it kind of gets blanked by Roserade, though.
by extrasensory Roserade, yeah. I don't know how much Gunk Shot, if I had like properly predicted the switch. I don't know how much Gunk Shot would have done into Sucker Punch if that would have killed.
I don't know. Ice Punch wasn't doing that much. Ice Punch was the thing I was most scared of.
Right. I mean, Gunk Shot is
that much.
stronger than Ice Punch.
It's perfect. I guess
It's 180 versus 150.
Oh, you fucking forgot. But it was Expert Belt.
And it was Expert Belt, yeah. So it wouldn't have gotten any item boost. So yeah, it probably would have at least like put it in Ice Beam or Fire Blast range, but I didn't know it was packing extrasensory, so I wasn't as scared of it as I should have been. But yeah, Ross Geller has Reflect again to support Slurp Buff. Because I wasn't expecting a lot of special attackers to come, such as 3 attacks Resurrade. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. I like that we both brought something with 8 speed just to troll speed creeps.
Yeah.
When I was preparing a lot of this team, I was really sure that Banded Weavile was coming, because that did a lot to a lot of things. But I'm assuming that Rocky Helmet Skarmory is exactly why you didn't bring it.
Honestly, I didn't bring it because, like, I just, like... I didn't like its matchup against, like, Rotom Heat, like, at all. And I didn't... And I knew that was coming. I didn't like the amount that you'd be able to, like, pivot between, like, stuff like Starmie and, like, Gambit and, like, Rotom Heat and Screektail. And, like...
Rotom briefly wasn't there. And Hydreigon was there instead, but... And then I took out Starmie for a bit for Hydreigon, but then... I've gone over this, like, I like, thought of Scarf Starmie, and I was just like, this is the best thing ever.
It was fire.
I also brought Skarmory with Body Press because of this calc that I just dropped in the chat, which was a kind of beautiful number.
Yeah. I was max HP Groudon, but, like...
That's true, yeah. But, like...
It is pretty beautiful.
Yeah, after after Rocky Helmet Chip, it's still a very small Oko chance.
Yeah.
It's like if I had rocks up, and
yeah.
Actually, I guess it... Yeah, whatever. Anyway. Skarmory was just, like, again, the same Skarmory I've brought every single time.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
The reason its rare type is epic.
And then finally, Scarf Starmie. I mean, it's Hydro Pump, Bolt Beam, Flip Turn. You can't get as self-explanatory as that.
Yeah. If it had been Psychic, it would have hit the research.
Yeah. I switched again. It was Psychic until again 10 minutes before the match.
Yeah.
But I had this like dream that you led with Scarf Lando, and I just ice beamed it before it could U-turn out.
Like, because like it was like the the ice beam was really like threatening to the ice beam was really threatening to the like. Well, or no, wait. The ice beam was not very threatening to Rosary, which is why it's kind of yeah. Like,
it was definitely a 3-hit KO.
Yeah, and with Giga Drain recovery, it was just like nothing.
Again, I didn't expect Roserade to be that big of a factor.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't fucking expect something to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens. I still like. I don't know. I thought it was a good game, but also, like, I don't think you made any. I know you beat yourself up about it. I don't think you made any overtly like dumb decisions. I think that like you didn't like build as well as maybe you could have. But I think that you like. I think you mostly played right. I like think that if you hadn't suckered like the, if you hadn't suckered the place, it could have been so bad for you. Like, and like, I don't know. There's just like a lot of things where it was just really hard to like, yeah. Like I played a lot of the turns right, but that didn't really like. That didn't mean that you played the turns wrong necessarily. It just meant that I had like information that was different than the information you had. And you needed to like, your decisions need to be informed by the information. Like in my head, the Roserade was like positioned so perfectly, and I was like, well, I just do this. But then like in your head, it's like there's a million variables that are swirling around.
I guess, yeah.
Pokemon just like that sometimes. It's a game of information a lot of the time. And sometimes you just get. And it happens. But yeah. Is that about covering it? Is that that most of it? Do you have any like final thoughts overall? Just...
I mean, again, like I mentioned earlier, I should have just like tried to go for the cheese victory and switched in Slurpuff
yeah,
on the Frozen Roserade. It probably wouldn't have been a victory, but it would have like massively improved my differential.
Yeah.
Because you could probably just like stall out the Psychic Terrain turns until
Crawdon or Sizzler just killed.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, good build.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Salutes you. Salutes you. Salutes you. Salutes you. Salutes you.
Died.
Salutes you. Alright.
And my favorite guy is Divorced Rotom.
Yeah, I mean, he's
That's
fallen on
not
hard
true,
times.
sorry. I just said that because I wanted to say Divorce on stream. I like the Starmie. I thought Scarf Starmie was cool, but Ross is more Divorced.
I think my favorite guy is probably like Pharynix under Psychic Terrain Screamtail, because that's just so fucking funny. But I like, and it was a good idea in the scenario where, because it really did prevent me from ending like in the situation where Slurpuff Sweep was like real. I would have. It did prevent fucking Caesar from like doing anything. Well, not from doing anything, but from it didn't help.
Yeah.
Do you want to pull up? We have left. We have the. So we have.
We should only have like 2 matches left.
Yeah. Let's pull up Ray. Ray versus Lillie here. Ray's been waiting for a while. I was thinking like maybe Lillie would show up, which is why I just kind of cleared off. But sometimes that just means you leave somebody waiting for 5 years. This is probably my favorite match for me, to be honest. We could have ended on it, but we already opened it, so it doesn't matter.
But we could still end on it if you want. It's not
Now
over yet.
we'll watch it.
Okay.
Nah, let's watch it. Let's fucking go. But yeah. Yeah, the fucking Makalolo comes in, and yeah, Ray had to Google a lot of Gundam names. Ray had to Google a lot of Gundam names to find that shit out, to counter. counter everything. And Lillie gets like really excited about all the venom moves in the chat. Miss Willow on the D-Knight, but then the Willow just happens again. It's like kind of a bulkier D-Knight, so... And this fucking Dwingbeat does jack shit after the burn and the resist.
God.
Azelf comes in, brings in the Finny, and it's actually Mystical Power Azelf. That's its new signature move from Legends Arceus. It's like a 50% chance to get +1 special attack or some shit.
Jesus.
But it does just die. But the Rotom gets to switch into the Glizzy, so it's fine. Yes. Yeah. And now this just needs to fucking leave the Rillaboom needs to leave the premises, and the Poison Jab just spawns there.
It's
this
Torch.
Cleavor
It's like
ends up-
Torch Song. It's 100%.
Oh, it's 100%? Damn.
Shit,
Yeah, it's just
that's
not
pretty
100%
good.
accurate. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Mm.
That Stone X does a lot of damage. But the Acid Armor Reuniclus comes in. It takes like nothing from Pursuit and gets a Calm Mind up for good measure. Gets taunted, so can't Calm Mind anymore. But at least flicks the Focus Blast, but it missed this.
Blast miss.
This Reuniclus gets a little fucked. Yeah, and the switch in. Stored Power breaks the disguise. And the +2 Shadow Sneak is still not enough to kill the +2 Reuniclus, so that does go down. But now Glizzy is activated. But this Beedrill, we'll talk about this Beedrill when we talk about Ray's shit. But yeah, now the Rillaboom has to leave again, and the fucking Muck just takes 1,000,000,000% from U-turn. Heart comes in and just Flare Blitzes. But now Cleavor is like in a really scary, strong position. Has to sack to Reuniclus here, but Nihilego comes in, and there's still another turn of grassy terrain left. So the Nihilego just gets the +1 on the Beast Boost after getting the kill on the Rillaboom, because it can't get grassy glided, and then it is able to pick up the win with Power Gem. Just narrowly avoiding the scary ass potential of that Scarf Cleavor sweep.
Yeah.
It's pretty hype. We had a few people in the voice call watching that one, and we were popping off when the Beast Boost came in because we weren't even like really thinking about it. But yeah, Ray in here. Just click on Ray. Real.
Okay, hi.
Yo. Yeah.
So, I'll just start from the top talking about my team. Hark is like, it's almost normal Hark, except it can throw rocks. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
was
Rock
pretty cool.
Blast. Rock
Yeah,
Blast is
Rock
silly
Blast.
tech.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, the
for
Rock Blast
it
was
for
there
the
because, like-
skill Dragonite, as well as
breaks
like
multi-skill,
Mimikyu Disguise.
deals with
Right,
disguise, and
right.
also like if Sash Through Ledge came in, it would deal with that.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not, obviously it can't be loaded dice because it's banded, but like banned Rock Blast against like Dragonite and stuff, you don't really need all 5 hits or
Yeah.
even 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ended up not really coming into play because Dragonite got taken out pretty early and it didn't come out against Mimikyu. But still. Beedrill? Yeah, so Sienna gave me this set, was allegedly high when she made it, but it's apparently it actually is like really good. It was basically designed to like tank grass equalize because since Lillie's team is overall pretty slow, it really does not need max speed investment at all. In fact, it barely needed any to outspeed all of the non-scarf mons, and they're all scarf mons that would have like outsped it at max speed anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, it has all the normal B-drill moves.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can like, yeah, it has all normal features. I can talk about the spread a little bit. So yeah, I absolutely was high when I made this spread. And I just like started thinking about it. I was like, well, it's like I was like looking at like racing because like in my opinion, the #1 way that if you want to beat Lillie, you need to fucking beat Rillaboom. Like you need to have a good answer to Rillaboom because that thing sucks. Like you cannot really like run offense against Rillaboom because you would just get fucking busied on for days. And so I was like, thinking about it. I was like, well, like Pedro like quad resists Grassy Glide. Like I know he doesn't have any bulk, but like he quad resists it. Like even Bandit can't do that much if you like build it right. So I was looking at it, I was like, okay, well you only need jolly 16th speed to outspeed everything, and then like you can put all this fucking bulk in there. This specific spread of like HP and defense was there because 16 because like it was the best balance to like get good numbers on Grassy Glide. Generally speaking, like HP is like normally better to invest in if you just want generic bulk that like will take both sides, because it's not going to be that profound of a difference normally. But if you put in enough like defense, and you're going to like get a like you're gonna get like lower numbers on that. So it was taking like, I mean, it was still taking a notable amount from Grassy Glide. It's not like it wasn't, but it was taking like it was like 30%, like or like a little under 30%. So it was able to take like a couple Grassy Glides, which really like realistically like in order for Beedrill to make progress, it doesn't need to switch into Rillaboom that many times. And like so I think the Beedrill worked pretty well.
Yeah. There's definitely a point where I like switched it in, I think too early instead of second reunion quest, and I got some unnecessary chip on it. But other than that, it worked really well. Did
also zero special attack.
Yeah,
just
I like
to make the number as low as possible.
Yeah, I like having one of the lowest possible stats in the game.
Yeah.
Rotom
is like it's Rotom.
Yeah, Rotom pretty normal. It tanked that Wing Beat from Dragonite pretty well, which like this thing kind of does just tank Dragonite sets, and it's a good switch into like Earthquakes and all that crap.
Yeah.
And it has hazard control with Defog, which is important since it didn't have Defog on Finny, which I was pretty scared when I ended up having to like sack it early against Rillaboom.
Yeah. Like a lot of possible Dragonite sets do totally get blanked by electric flying, because like a lot of the time Dragonite is just gonna be like Wing Beat Earthquake. Like no dragon move.
Yeah.
And like especially against Misty Train, even if it is dragon move, like if the Misty Train's up, like there's a good chance that being locked into Outrage is like way worse for her than it's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like Finny like does a decent amount of speed investment. This is one that we both kind of like built. It has a speed investment and also Haze and Taunt to deal with the many setup sweepers that Lillie carries. It's like the speed to outspeed, I believe, both Mega Gyarados and Dragonite at +0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Knockoff and Moonblast, just like Knockoff is good utility, Moonblast is Moonblast. That like hits super effectively against Dragonite, Gyarados.
I believe it was almost like Draining Kiss, but then we looked at the numbers and like I think that Moonblast was doing like way more to like Gyarados or something, and like so.
Yeah, definitely. Nihilego ended up being like kind of the GOAT here.
Yeah.
So you might notice something you never saw in the match was foul play. Looking back, I don't know if that was like the best thing to bring on it, but it didn't really matter all that much. It didn't need a fourth move, really.
Yeah.
Rocks are as good against Lillie's team because like it breaks multi-scale, it can break sash, just general good chip. There's not really much Lillie has that really resists rocks. There's like
Yeah, it's basically just Rillaboom and Rillaboom doesn't resist it, and Golurk.
yeah, it's like Magnezone, Golurk. Yeah, that's it. And Sock.
Yeah. Sock, baby.
Let's go.
Could have been a Sock sweep.
Yeah. Yeah, like the beat boost came in fucking clutch towards the end, for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And getting the like rocks up really good.
So that whole ending situation was just like kind of a scary 50-50 because like it wouldn't have gone bad for me if Lillie predicted the like sludge wave and like switched into Cleavor because Nihilego would have lived a whatever the move is called, Stone Axe from Cleavor, but like then it would have been like in grassy glide range, and I would have to get a really lucky roll against Beedrill to have won from there on.
Yeah, even I mean, there was like the grassy train healing, which would have like helped a little, but it was really, it was definitely a precarious situation. But yeah, like picking up the beast boost definitely secured that dub. Yeah. Yeah,
Reuniclus? Yeah. Reuniclus was like kind of a funny win con, but like I did get some value out of it just in that like it got rid of Mimikyu before it could do any real damage.
Yeah.
I think that like I honestly just really like Calm Mind Acid Armor against like really offense-based teams. You can just tank so much.
Yeah, if like we both thought Muck like definitely wasn't coming, and like the fact that it did come was like the only reason this thing didn't cook really. Like
yeah, like I mean, I wasn't totally sure Muck wasn't gonna be brought. But
yeah, it was like it seemed not that likely, and it like unfortunately like just like the situation went like the worst way it could have, where like you got the fucking life orb knocked off and then also like missed the focus blast.
Yeah, if I just gone for a focus blast instead of another Calm Mind, I think I would have. It would have gone better, I think, unless that focus blast also missed.
Yeah.
But honestly, I can't really ask for more than not having to think about Mimikyu for the rest of that game.
Yeah, it didn't need another fucking priority. Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So,
any, like, roll?
Nothing really. I think that was a really good game. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Next week, coming for all 5 of Charlotte's dollars. So, stay tuned.
Well, that's $5.
That's true.
Okay, it's your time.
Yeah, no problem.
My favorite guy was definitely the Reuniclus.
Yeah.
100%. The stored power set is like so funny.
Yeah.
And it did do a little bit. It didn't quite get to cook the way it wanted to, but like, you know what? The chef still came out of the kitchen, it still looked pretty good, and you know what? When I tasted it, I couldn't tell a difference.
Yeah. And he was Laughter Terra. He was Terra Laughter.
Yeah. I think my favorite Terra type on this team is Terra type Problems from Beedrill.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
For sure. So we can talk about Lillie's. I didn't get any notes on this one or anything, so I guess we can just kind of infer stuff. But we did see some stuff that Lillie said afterwards. When you start with the Rillaboom, this is completely normal Rillaboom. This is the same Rillaboom that Lillie has brought every week after week 1, I'm pretty sure. It's fine. It's Rillaboom. It's so good. You don't need to change like anything about this guy.
Glizzy.
Yeah. Fucking, this was kind of a sad Dragonite, because Lillie, like, changed it to a Zoltvest last minute and forgot to remove the DD and
Oh no! That's so sad.
Yeah, it happens. I suppose. Yeah, and it had kind of a fun spread too. But it just didn't. I mean, it honestly probably wouldn't have cooked very well anyways in that situation because it like it really got pwned by like a lot of things on that team, but like it's still unfortunate as fuck.
Yeah.
The Mimikyu is pretty normal. I wonder what Trailblaze was hitting. Maybe it was just for like, I mean, for obviously for the speed boost, but also for Finny. Yeah, it hit like Finny. And I guess it like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, pretty normal Mimikyu. Mimikyu keeps kind of doing less damage than like I expected to every time. Well, now I'm like, I know that it's like it's just not going to do that much damage, but like I don't know. I think that it's Mimikyu has 90 base attack, which isn't very high.
Yeah.
I think that Lillie needs to bring Z-Splash at some point, or she's not a real Mimikyu fan.
True.
I love Z-Splash. It's so funny. It's like kind of sucks, but it's so fun. Shadowsnake is not that good. It just Mimikyu's a strange Pokemon. I understand why the disguise nerf needed to happen because like I know that things exist outside of singles, but like, man, it feels so shit. Like it feels so shit in singles. Just like it fucking chips. This like Azelf was kind of funny. I think that like Lillie noticed that Ray doesn't have any dark types anymore, and that like Scarf and Mystical Power was just like a thing that she could do. But unfortunately, it did get like pwned pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah.
By like the quick like blitz switch into like it's just like a U-turn from Beedrill. But it got pwned either way. Like honestly, it's a good set though. I actually fuck with it majorly. It just didn't. Yeah, and like you turn Flamber Trick Gardens. I did notice that it was accidentally Jolly instead of Timid. Whoopsie. But it happened. I'm pretty sure that like this is like I'm calling out Eve right now, but I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10 when Eve mentions a nature in like any DMs or anytime we're talking, it's like the wrong attacking stat.
Yeah.
Like Eve will just say Jolly, and when she's talking about Timid or like whatever. And I think Eve is very smart about this game, but we all make mistakes. Is what I'm trying to say. We all get the natures confused. Except me, not me. Don't ask me about any of the natures that are not like adamant, jolly, or timid, or modest, or but yeah. Yeah. This is a like pretty normal Muck, I think. The taunt is like a little weird because it's not like faster than anything, but whatever. I mean, it kind of worked. It taunted the Reuniclus and it like.
Yeah, it stopped that guy from being too scary.
Yeah, yeah, the pursuit is nice for pursuit trapping and whatnot. Does this guy get Sucker? I feel like Sucker probably gets too, but I don't remember if it gets Sucker. It doesn't. So it's fine. It does get Shadow Sneak, I think. Yeah, it gets Shadow Sneak. There's enough priority on this. Yeah, and then the Scarf Cleavor was kind of the pimp of this game. He's a pimp for his community, and he was like really I don't know, like, this is not something that, like, Ray really prepped for, and that, like when me and Ray were talking about this game, like, we just didn't really think about Scarf Cleavor, like, winning the game for free.
Yeah.
It thankfully, like, I know Lonely is plus attack minus defense. Okay, I already know that, so you don't need to be mean to me ever again. Anyways, if it's not that, then I'll eat my shorts.
Can we get Sienna to eat her shorts on stream?
I don't know. I don't know. Double scarf is always fire to me. We've had a couple double scarves this week, but I like double scarf. I think it's good to bring it. I think scarf is the best item in the game. But yeah.
Yeah,
The Cleavor is like really good.
This is a fundamental disagreement me and Sienna have, where she thinks Scarf is like one of the best items in the game, and I think I like basically never want to bring Scarf in my life. I think like basically the only time I ever used Scarf was when Sienna prepped me and was like, "You should bring Scarf, Great Tusk."
Yeah.
You know what it is? I tried like using like Choice Scarf Meowscarada to like call the bluff on like other Meowscaradas, and then like I hated it. I hated it so fucking much. It was like the Bastard of the Earth, and I replaced it with Unburdened Sneasler, and my team was way better as a result.
Scarf is the best item in the game in the builder, but it's just okay in actual battles. It's kind of it's sort of real. But you know, I'm builder brained. That's how I am. But yeah, I don't really know what like this exact like moveset was for. I mean, the X's are just obvious, and like the close combat is like I don't really know what the like Night Slash was hitting though, or that's the CC hit on CC at Arcanine at least, and like. I guess Night Slash hit Latios and I guess well no, but Night Slash already X is already whatever. It's like fine. Arcanine also just does Sonic. I don't know. It didn't really matter because like it really only needed to click Stone Axe the entire game. The other three moves were completely secondary. Did not matter. Yeah.
Honestly, my favorite guy on the team is definitely that Cleavor, because that shit is a threat, and I think it's cool. I think Cleavor is a cool mon.
Yeah, he's got a fucking... Nishido is fallen. Even the samurai are eating slop.
This has to be the latest that Draft League review has gone, aside from like maybe the first stream we did week 0.
It's just because we started late though. I mean, actually, honestly, to be honest, like this stream has been a little longer than I expected it to be. Because,
Me too.
I don't know. I think we've just been like allowing more like longer chats about the teams just because of the fact that like we didn't. The games are really short.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now we just have Tristana Ellie left. So we're almost through.
Did I have a favorite
So I
guy?
did prep Ellie for this game.
Oh shit, you're right. No, yeah.
What? No, yeah,
Cleavor. I said Cleavor.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, wait, did I not? But no, I did. It's fucking okay. But yeah, we get to see what I'm up against with Ellie over here.
Yeah.
I'm fucking scared of fighting Ellie.
Yeah.
Honestly, honest to God, like, Sienna has said before, like, oh yeah, for the rest of your weeks you have, like, good matchups, but I'm just, like, looking at Ellie's team, and I'm like, I'm fucking scared.
I think it's pretty good matchup, but... And I'm the one prepping Ellie, so I should be biased, but I'm not. I'm being honest. It's fun. I don't know. It's pretty easy to me. It doesn't matter.
I don't like looking at Mega Charizard and Mew.
Yeah, that is just the core thing. Is like you look at Mega Charizard Y and you're like, oh god, I have a snow team. Fuck.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyways, we can click this.
Oh, let me get Ellie's theme song.
Oh, Tristana. Oh yeah. Okay. Hi, Tristana. Yeah, you're literally just in time. Once again, you you have just made it for this is the last match.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Ellie goes for Reflect here, even though we EV'd this Grimmsnarl to Oko the Tyranitar with low kick. And it just kind of takes some helmet chip, which kind of sucks. And then she forgets to click light screen, she gets spiked again. It's kind of a sad first few turns. Serp comes in.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Ellie brings this back.
Does get knocked though, but glares the Zard switch in. And just defogs on the Zard. But it DDs, which is still scary. Sandshocks comes in and it's behind the Reflect, so it can probably take a move right now, and it does Earth Power the Zard, so threat neutralized. And Shocksh's Volt switches on the Sigilif, and Mr. Beasts, and now Dragon Dance Mew has a nice opportunity to set up. Just DD's twice on him real quick. Takes the Heat Wave, doesn't really matter that much. And the triple axle smacks it there. And the EQ smacks this one. And the EQ smacks this one, but it doesn't quite die. It does the haze off. But Ellie just decides not to give a fuck and just DDs again. He's like, fuck it, you're not staying in. And the CC Pone's here, and yeah, now Tangrowth is up. Ellie DDs on this Tangrowth, which is so greedy. And she does eat shit for it. She does just die to the knockoff. Although she would have died to the triple axle, anyways. Post-doctoral truck here comes and clicks flamethrower, and it probably just could have been another flamethrower, but whatever. And then just a quick second flamethrower to clean it up. Yeah. 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 Anyways, we can pull Billy's team first, because I prepped Ellie so I can talk about it. Fuck, I sneezed a lot. Okay. Yeah, so, Ellie built most of the outline of this team, and then I basically just changed some stuff, but, every Pokemon here was the same, except for, I believe, Slitherwing was originally Celesteela. And I decided that Celesteela didn't match up that well here. But otherwise, everything was the same pretty much. Yeah. This Grimmsnarl spread was just to make the, like I mentioned, just to make the low kick Oko Tyranitar. They figured, that's probably going to be the lead matchup, and then if the low kick Oko's the Tyranitar, then you don't have to worry about, Sandrush Excadrill for a lot of the match, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But Ellie just didn't fire the low kick off, so, it's whatever, but, it happens. But it was, and then once the low kick was real, obviously Tyranitar wasn't trying to switch in anymore. But Grimmsnarl did his job. He did Grimmsnarl stuff, more or less. This is a pretty normal Zard. Dragon Pulse has come a shocking amount of times. There's just some games where Solar Beam really doesn't cover that much stuff. Dragon Pulse was smacking Zardex harder than Scorching Sands was, so it was whatever, let's just bring it. Because really Solar Beam wasn't hitting anything, and Zard Wide doesn't have that much coverage. It has the coverage it needs, but it doesn't have that much.
Yeah.
Honestly, Weather Ball would have probably been a good bit to hit honestly, Weather Ball, like if Weather Ball had like been brought to just like hit like Sardex like out of like in sand and like Oko it, that probably would have been pretty fire. But I didn't think of that. That was a thought that I just had just now. So, oops. Didn't matter either way. It had to basically be max speed, like max timid, because it was up against another base 1. Base 1, yeah, base 1 speed. No, it was against another base 100. And there was other stuff that was in kind of a similar range, like right below that. So it was just like you just gotta go for the max there, and hope for the fucking best. And Mr. Beasts. This was like Ellie's idea. Ellie like was basically just like, I want like a Mew set that like, basically just hits all of Tristana's mons. But like the set that she sent me was like, I don't know. I think she was like tired when she made it. It was really confusing. It was like a nasty plot and 3 physical moves, and I was like, what are you like doing? But you know, she had the right idea overall, which was just like Mew coverage hits like all the core.
Yeah.
So like triple axle close combat earthquake with Dragon Dance was the chosen shit, and because it hits so many things super effective, Expert Belt was like the natural choice for item. Yeah, again like max because of the like opposing base 100s. Pretty standard overall. Serp was a Serp basically like matched up well against a lot of the stuff that like could have come, like especially like late game it could have cleaned up, and it was Ellie doesn't have that much removal, so Serp is pretty good removal just to like cover stuff, and obviously the glare came in really clutch on Serp here. Serp is still at like no kills, which is kind of sad, but whatever. I think that Serp like does something every game, which is good, at least. Yeah. Yeah. Slitherwing was the like choice over, like, it was originally Celesteela, like I said. But I really didn't like Autotomized Celesteela. Scary Obamas. R Lizard. More. I really didn't like Celesteela in this matchup because it doesn't like have good coverage against fucking. It just can't really hit, like, unless it goes like a weird like mixed set, it can't really hit like Hex and like Tangrowth and like Tyranitar good at the same time. And like even if it goes for a mixed set, it really like Celesteela is not that strong. Like it needs to get a beast boost to actually start sweeping things. So it was not really good for this matchup. Slitherwing as like kind of a fairly bulky resist to a lot of the stronger attack stuff, like the you know, your Excadrill earthquakes and whatnot. And like as something that was like an additional check to like Tyranitar and stuff with like CC. And just extra pivoting to like form a nice little volt turn with Sandy Shocks. Made it the correct choice, I think, in this matchup. The EVs were for something, and I can't remember exactly what the bulk was for, but it was living some annoying stuff. That sucked, and it was boots just to like pivot more. And fourth move was Morning Sun so that it could heal, because it heals a lot. It's Sun, and yeah. And finally, Sandy Shocks. It's a pretty normal Sandy Shocks. Body Press was Ellie's idea. And I probably wouldn't have thought of it, but it actually, like, it like did more than Thunderbolt did because like it hits fucking it hits Tyranitar really hard. It hits like Spadef Tyranitar really hard. Yeah. We went with Earth Power just to like really seal like the Oko on like Zardex, and also just because like we weren't clicking as many electric moves. So Soft Sand is like, you know, it's just a pretty good no drawback item, and we went with the because we were scared of Zardex setting up a sweep in like the exact way that it was like threatening to do that game. We made sure that it was Photosynthesis speed in case like Sun was up, so that we could like have it come in and like be faster than like a +1 Zardex. Of course, and it had to be max speed so that it would be faster than the like +0 Zardex because it's 101 speed. Yeah, overall, I'm like really happy with how this like was built. I mean, like some of the guys didn't really show up or like didn't do that much, but like the guys that did like do a lot, like did exactly what they were like meant to do, pretty much. Other than Grimstarl, where Ellie just kind of didn't play the turns right, but whatever. It all worked out.
In a twist,
yeah.
I'm actually doing my least favorite guy, which is Mew, because I'm thinking about fighting Mew and being so fucking afraid of it. I hate the fact that, like, literally 90% of my thought in, like, having to fight against Ellie is, like, what the fuck can I bring that covers everything that Mew does? You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Fuck this
That
thing.
Mew is... That's like Mew is like, even if it's like a UU Mon, like, or like a fucking, even, it's like RU this gen. That's because it lost a lot of moves though. But like, even when it's not that OU, it always has to be like really high fucking points or tier in draft because it is so good in draft. Like, it is specifically like terrifying in draft. It has so much set variety.
Yeah, I could bring Scarf Mabostic. Don't leak my tag.
Yeah.
Don't leak my tag.
Boston had that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. Here's why.
Yeah. Alright. Flitron, just flip it around. Tristana Team. I'll marry you.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, I'm sounding a little sick at the moment.
Yeah. I know you've been fighting stuff off.
Yeah, I've been unwell, which, I'm personally gonna blame a little bit of my performance in Team on, but it's, like, it's just me not being that good.
I'll give you the excuse this time. You're allowed. You're permitted.
So, as you can see with my EVs on this team, none of them are, like, specialized, because I just did not have the energy to think about it while team building.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
just had, okay, the 2 stats and the 4 somewhere. So that's all I did. And aside from that, I just tried to work with coverage. The main Pokemon I was scared of was Celesteela actually coming into this, which I'm really happy didn't come. But I wasn't taking into account everything that Mew can possibly do. I mean, that's why I kept knockoff on Tangrowth.
Yeah.
But I probably should have put Crunch on Tyranitar. I don't know why I didn't, but something I should have done. And trying to think of I kept Haze just in case of the Celesteela setup, if I remember correctly. And then I just brought Sigilif for the defog usage, which didn't come in, but oh well. Oh, and Heatwave was still on Sigilif because of Celesteela again.
Yeah.
What else was on this team? Like, most of building this team is like a fog in my head.
Fair. Yeah,
I think I brought Excadrill specifically because I wanted to piggyback off of a Sandstream, which I might have done to get rid of the drought.
Yeah, and it really like the Sand Rush outspent like extra like.
Yeah. Sand Rush is usually pretty clutch. I think otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty standard team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, like, I don't know, like, the only thing, like, that went really, like, I don't know, like, the only thing that went, like, super, like, bad, like, I think you built fine. I think just the only thing that went super bad is that you got a little greedy on the dragon dances, and it just
Yeah.
it just happened. We all are fucking overcome by greed at times in our lives.
Yeah.
Everybody has clicked the setup move like one more time than they really should have at all.
It's so, like, especially with Dragon Dance, you're like, ooh, just one more. Just one more.
Yeah.
I think the biggest blunder is I could have brought in Tangrowth against Mew quicker, maybe, to knock it off, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think that's all I've got to say about my
Yeah.
team, though, at the moment.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my
Feel better.
yeah.
I hope your physical well-being is improved.
Thank
When we
you.
see you next.
Thanks for having me.
Alright, that's your turn. Peace.
And my favorite guy. I'm gonna be honest. It's just Tyranitar because it has a real set. Like,
Yeah,
after,
we got
after
a
seeing
good
Hulk
Tyranitar.
Toilet. I'm sorry. I'm still stuck
Yeah.
on Hulk Toilet, man. It was
Yeah,
so
that's four.
funny.
It has. I can't believe there's a Tyranitar that has 4 moves that accomplish tasks. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, I want to get to Melee tonight, so let's talk about the current rankings real quick. Is it, like, literally just, like, everyone below me is out of playoffs?
Yep.
Damn,
Pretty much.
I'm, like, barely
no,
hanging
okay,
on.
Ish. Wait, no, not ish. Yeah, no. Yeah, everybody
Yeah, no, Bell's
below you
out.
is out of that. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, yeah, unfortunately, we do have, like, a few people have gotten fucking murdered since last time. Yeah, like Belle, Tristana, Charlotte, and Diana. Fortunately, out of playoffs contention. That does not mean they are out of spoiling somebody else's playoffs run contention.
Yeah,
Which is just, you know.
which I'm counting on. I'm counting on one of these people to knock some other people out. So if I get a victory against Ellie, I need, like, one of these guys to, like, beat the asses of someone else. So there's a chance, you know? It's not over till it's over in baseball.
Yeah, like Tristana picking up the win on Canada Lillie would help you and stuff like that. But anyways, point is, yeah, and then we have like this giant field of 3-win people
Yeah.
who are all like if I fucking like.
There are 6 current people who are possible entries into playoffs.
Yeah, like basically 4 wins is gonna be like the minimum for playoffs.
Is Ray, like,
so
secure
there's-
also? I guess if he gets the win against Charlotte, he's, like, definitely in.
Yeah, Ray's definitely in playoffs if the win against Charlotte happens.
Charlotte,
Otherwise,
please kill Ray.
it's
Charlotte, please kill Ray.
Otherwise,
Sorry.
it's a little off. Otherwise, it's possible. That like, but all like Ray is mostly comfortable.
Hazel
Hazel's
is
mostly comfortable.
also, yeah. And you,
Like-
Lillie, and Faye are all secure.
Yeah. Like Hazel just needs to needs to beat up Belle at least, but like Hazel has 2 more games to play rather than
Yeah.
like 1. So, you know, like Hazel like definitely can reach 5 wins.
Yeah, basically,
yeah.
Hazel and Ray have, like, the easiest path to playoffs, and then all of us schmucks in the 3 wins category have to work for it.
Eve also has a pretty comfortable path. Eve also is another player who has 2 more games left instead of 1 more game.
True.
And is a makeup week. And Eve also has like notably like by far the best record of the 3-win players, like in terms of differential.
Yeah.
If you look, like, there is like unless the next game like were to go tremendously bad, Eve would like pretty comfortably win any tiebreak situations in like a 4-4 scenario, right? So Eve is like, even if Eve doesn't go like 5-3, then like Eve is still pretty comfortable to win any tiebreakers.
Yeah.
If she will lose like one more game from now. Yeah, and then like this like race here, like when you look at Ellie, like this Ellie, Lillie, WAFFLOES, Mike Morgan, this is like the scary zone. Oh fuck! I accidentally turned everybody into Ellie. Oops. Okay, undo. Like that zone is very very competitive right now. If you look at Mike and Morgan, like if you look at you two, like your records are so fucking close.
Yeah.
You're like almost identical. Mike has one less opponent remaining than you. Just barely different, but it's like that could change so much within like a couple games.
Yeah.
And like I will say, I think that like yeah, like, and then like WAFFLOES is like you and Mike is like the most kind of competitive one because you both only have one game left.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Ellie, Lillie, WAFFLOES, Eve, all of them are at 3 wins, but they also all are playing in makeup week, so they all have 2 more chances to get another win.
Yeah.
You both have 1 more chance.
Me and
So
like,
it's a tighter race. You and Mike are so close.
I have to like
right now.
like I think like Ellie, like the thing is I have to be the one to beat Ellie. If I don't beat Ellie, I like automatically I'm out, and then she's in competition with everyone else. I gotta be honest, I think especially because you've prepped her for a lot of weeks, you probably have like a pretty easy win against her.
Yeah.
I do not. I don't have that kind of like intimate knowledge of her team at all. So like I need to be the one to beat her. Otherwise, I think she has it in the bag. Cause like I don't know. I don't know,
like
she's
Ellie,
pretty
like,
high
I mean,
up there
like,
already.
Yeah, like you're like you're basically the one thing between like Ellie and WAFFLOES.
Yeah,
and then
and then the fucked up thing is I could beat Ellie and not even get in.
Yeah, it just depends.
Unless you also kick Ellie's ass, then I might have a chance. Like basically,
I mean, like,
things need to go perfectly for me.
I mean, like Ellie is probably blocked from playoffs if you beat her. But like Ellie is not that does not necessarily put you in playoffs. That just puts Ellie out of playoffs.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a super tight race right now, and we're really not going to know who. Like, it's so close between the 3-win people that there's no way to know who is going to be in playoffs until it's like makeup week, like until the end of makeup week. That's when we'll finally know. But like 8, like, you know, right now it's you know, Lillie, me, Faye, Hazel, Ray, Eve, Ellie, Lillie, Canada, and then like, you know, but it's so fucking close. It's just so it's a nail biter.
Yeah.
But that's exciting. That's what we like to see. I mean, if you're losing, you don't like to see it. If you're from the content angle, that's what we like to see. It's tense. It's exciting.
Yeah, seeing my comeback and like I want to get into playoffs so bad because it'd be the insane comeback story of the century. I wouldn't even care if I won at that point. If I could just get to 8th place, barely squeezing my fucking sorry ass into playoffs, I would be perfectly content with my performance. Yeah. Because I fucked it up so bad that first half, and then like squeezing my way into playoffs, it would be the ultimate redemption. Like literally.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Google logo's still there. But yeah, I don't know. I think that does about covers everything. I think you need to like probably go unlock Mewtwo.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that was enough playtime to get Mewtwo.
I think so. I think if you watched the movie and then did that, I think that I mean, the stream's in about 3 hours. It should be 4 hours. 4 hours of that. Actually, can I watch you unlock Mewtwo? Can I just check? Can we just like get it live? Can you finish this game and see if Mewtwo's unlocked?
You know what? Sure. This is gonna
I want a live.
This is gonna be the part of the VOD that I cut it. So if you're watching this on YouTube,